Traffic is sponsored by Chuck Chancy Gold Resort and Casino. This portion of the news is sponsored by HR Mobile Services, keeping your company compliant. Ashley Summer Night Sale is here. Get 25% off one item plus 20% off the rest of your purchase. And get 0% interest for 60 months. That's 5 full years, interest free. This weekend only at Ashley.
We love our new closet. It keeps us organized. There's a place for everything.
And Closets by Design made it affordable.
Take 40% off plus an extra 15% off. Call 1-800-BY-DESIGN or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Take your space back with Daryl's Mini Storage and get up to 6 months free with 70 locations. Right now at Daryls.com.
That vision of nourishing people's lives and living those values is really starting.
The personal mission has existed for just over 77 years now. It takes a special staff to show up every single night, whether that's at 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. I also know that's one of the reasons that Producers has been such a big supporter of us over the years. They look at their donations as an investment. Producers has made transformational investments that have planted seeds that have not just grown a tree, but have helped grow a forest.
Every day we think,
How much longer can we afford this?
well, Trump says,
I don't think about American financial situation.
at the gas pump, prices skyrocket.
Groceries, too.
I don't think about American financial situation.
Even utility bills.
I don't think about American financial situation.
David Valadao? He's voted for Trump's economic policies.
100% of the time.
Call David Valadao. Tell him, stop voting with Trump. Start standing up for us.
Summer nights are better with Ashley. This weekend only get 25% off one item plus 20% off the rest of your purchase. Hurry in and shop sizzling hot buys starting at just $4.99. Friday through Sunday only at Ashley.
A live look now from the White House, a major development in the war against Iran. CNN says it has received a copy of the 14-point deal between the U.S. and Iran. The memorandum of understanding hasn't been officially released, but CNN says a diplomat at the G7 summit familiar with negotiations confirmed the contents. Under the agreement, the U.S., Iran, and all of its allies will declare an end to the war, something Israel has already stated it will not comply with. The Strait of Hormuz will also reopen to allow ship traffic to pre-war levels. Iran will also get full access to frozen or restricted funds and assets. It also states that Iran would be allowed to sell its oil and petrochemical products and tap into a $300 billion development fund if the country meets commitments related to the nuclear program and negotiations. The memorandum doesn't include specifics on what will happen to Iran's highly enriched uranium. CNN says U.S. officials are downplaying the memo, calling it a political document that doesn't reflect back-channel commitments from Iran. And President Trump is now responding to the details of the deal. At the G7 summit this morning, he was asked, is the agreement final? He says he may change his mind and turn back to bombing Iran if he doesn't find Iran is acting in good faith.
No, it's not fine. It's a memorandum of understanding, and if I don't like it, we'll go back to shooting at them, dropping bombs on their head. If I don't like it, if they don't behave, we'll go right back to dropping bombs right smack in the middle of their head.
The agreement is set to be signed on Friday, kicking off a 60-day window to negotiate the final. The president is now suggesting the U.S. may soon reinstate sanctions on Russian oil shipments.
Well, soon we'll be able to do that because the oil is now flowing. So we took sanctions off because obviously we're not looking to impede the oil, so we're in a position to do that soon. Yeah, at some point.
Earlier this year, the U.S. temporarily relaxed sanctions on Russian oil in an effort to address rising oil prices during the conflict with Iran. Critics have argued easing the sanctions helps Russia finance its war in Ukraine. The Trump Justice Department is reportedly knocking on doors of the friends and family members of Governor Gavin Newsom. The announcement came not from the DOJ, but from Newsom himself. Here's national correspondent Christine Fazal with what we're learning.
California Governor Gavin Newsom says he and his wife are just the latest targets of President Trump and his Justice Department, looking for a crime where there isn't one.
He's coming after me because I'm considering running for president. Because he hates that I've consistently called him out over and over again for his lies and deceit.
According to some reports, the investigation began a year ago and does not target Governor Newsom, but only his wife, filmmaker Jennifer Siebel Newsom's tax returns.
Someone who has done nothing wrong other than having the temerity to advocate for what she believes in. If they can't intimidate me, they'll go after the mother of our children.
Newsom's office vowing to fight back, already filing a Freedom of Information request seeking DOJ records, quote, related to President Donald Trump's politically motivated investigation into he and his wife. President Trump has been open about his disdain for the California governor for years.
Gavin Newsom is incompetent.
No comment so far from the DOJ.
The Justice Department investigating Gavin Newsom. Can you explain that?
I'm not clear. This is not a new stuff.
If the investigation is in fact being carried out, Gavin Newsom and his wife would be just the latest in a long line of the president's political enemies that his Justice Department has pursued. Others include former FBI Director James Comey, California Senator Adam Schiff, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. In Washington, I'm Christine Frazal.
The big one is the earthquake Californians have been warned about for decades. A new study by the University of Hawaii shows the San Andreas and San Jacinto fault systems are now under extreme pressure, with stress levels reaching some of the highest points seen in about 1,000 years. Now, what this means?
It could mean that there's a significant earthquake at some point. We cannot predict earthquakes or forecast earthquakes, so we cannot say, oh, this will happen tomorrow, month, or year. What we can say is that it will happen.
To get these findings, researchers built a physics-based computer model using years of earthquake history from the USGS to learn how stress builds up and releases along faults. They looked into bigger earthquakes, anything above a magnitude 6, comparing today's stress levels to conditions that existed in past large-scale earthquakes. Researchers also found the Cajon Pass area could act as an earthquake gate, where rupture could either stop or continue through both the San Andreas and San Jacinto fault systems, potentially making the event even larger. Scientists say this does not mean a major earthquake is about to happen, but it does show the region is capable of producing a powerful rupture at any point.
All right, 7:15 now. Highs and lows for today. Well, we had a 66 up in San Francisco. LA is going to be at 73 here in the valley. Staying hot out there for us. Fresno, we're going to keep us at 99 today, but we do have triple digits in other parts of the valley. Maybe not up north, though. Merced, we've only got you at 96 today. Los Angeles at 93. Fireball at 99. Kermit, 99. Madera, 98. Mariposa, good morning. You're at 93 today. 92 in Oakridge. Shaver Lake is at 78. All right, out in Yocas Valley, it'll be 94 degrees there. Clovis, 100. Sanger, good morning. 100 degrees for you. Same for Reedley, Orosi, and Woodlake. And triple digits expected in Selma and Kingsburg at 100 degrees. Right in the South Valley now, Coalinga, 100. Avenal at 99. Corcoran at 101. Hanford, good morning. Got you at 100 today. 101s, though. Yikes. Visalia, Tulare at 101. Same for Porterville and Delano. And Brent Lewis going to be in the 60s across the valley. All right, in just a little bit here, we're going to take a look at the air quality and allergy report. We'll see how that's shaping up here for your Wednesday.
Democratic State Senator Aisha Wahab is now advancing to the special general election to replace former Representative Eric Swalwell in California's 14th district. The district heavily favors Democrats and covers much of the East Bay. It's too early to determine who she'll face in the August 18th runoff, which will determine who will fill the remainder of Swalwell's term through January. The former Bay Area representative resigned from Congress earlier this year following accusations of sexual assault. State Republicans in Georgia are now nominating Rick Jackson for governor and Congressman Mike Collins to challenge incumbent Senator Jon Ossoff. Yesterday's gubernatorial primary saw voters choose Jackson over businessman Burt Jones, who was endorsed by President Trump and got a late nod from outgoing Governor Brian Kemp. Jackson's victory now sets the stage for November, where voters will choose between him and the Democratic nominee, former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. Meanwhile, the Senate race saw dueling endorsements from the president and Kemp. In the end, it was the president's candidate, Congressman Collins, who came out on top over former college football coach Derek Dooley. Collins will face Ossoff, who ran unopposed on the Democratic side. A tight Senate race is forming in Maine as Democratic nominee Graham Plattner takes on incumbent Susan Collins. According to a new political poll, the race is knotted up. Plattner holds a 2 percentage point lead over Collins. Cost of living is what voters say they care most about. Much lower down the list is immigration, Social Security, the candidate's character and conduct, and jobs and the economy. The poll was taken after accusations of Plattner having a past emotional abuse in previous relationships, which he denies. One area that could pose a serious challenge for Collins is President Trump's slipping support among white working-class, non-college voters. A recent New York Times analysis of polling shows his base supported his economic agenda by as much as 30 points in 2018, which helped the GOP ease losses in the midterm election. Now, polls show them disapproving by up to 30 points in the economy. White voters without college degrees make up a large portion of Maine's rural voting bloc.
Shocking details about a terror plot allegedly targeting the UFC fight at the White House over the weekend that was foiled by the FBI. I'm Matt Gelka in Washington, and all the story coming out.
After a car accident, how did Jacoby Myers to get 5-star treatment? Like Marvin, seriously injured in a car accident. Call 105 million. Jacoby Myers, because you deserve justice.
You deserve to unwind, to release the weight of the day, settle into a sanctuary after battling with nature's finest materials. Designed to feel, still, huge, every stitch tells a story. Experience the patented heirloom linen, exclusively at Christian's Mattress Express.
The Great American RV Roadshow is setting up camp for another amazing sale at St. Mark's Center in Fresno. Finding the RV of your dreams doesn't have to feel out of reach. As one of the world's largest traveling RV sales, we make buying an RV easy and affordable. Receive up to $1,000 in fuel and no payments for 90 days with the purchase of a new RV. Keeping cash in your pocket for more family fun. The Great American RV Roadshow, Thursday through Sunday at St. Mark's Center in Fresno.
Hire Jacoby Myers after a car accident, and you don't pay unless we win your case. No fees, no costs, nothing. Another reason to call Jacoby Myers. 1-800-5-million. Because you deserve justice.
Argentina has won the World Cup. France has won the World Cup. Zlatan of the Republic of Zlatan has won the World Cup.
Saturday on Fox 26. Live coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup continues. Thursday at 9 on Fox 26.
It's 7:21, air quality and allergy report time. No changes with the air quality here. It's been moderate all week and will continue to be so today. Plain and simple there, not too bad. Pollen levels are staying moderate, mold is low. Dust and dander now dropping into the low range for you today. Olive, privet, juniper, those are your top allergens once again. With the illness outlook now, the triggers for asthma and sinus pressure have dropped all the way into the low range. Common cold arthritis triggers staying low. Migraine triggers in the moderate range today. Information purposes only. Always consult your physician. In just a little bit here, we'll take a look at the regional day planners and see how things are shaping up in the northern, central, and southern regions next.
Let's take a live look now at the White House, where the FBI says they foiled a plot involving drones and guns that was meant to target the UFC fight held on the White House lawn over the weekend. The correspondent Matt Galka reports the World Cup and upcoming July 4th celebrations are testing the ability to keep large crowds safe.
Fight night at the White House was an apparent high-profile terror target. The FBI announced they foiled a potential plot aimed at the UFC Freedom 250 that featured President Trump sitting ringside. Trump said he wasn't briefed on.
I haven't heard about it, but I watched the attack that I watched with the fighting.
The alleged plot involved multiple waves featuring drones armed with explosives meant to scare the crowd. There were more than 4,000 people at the White House and around 100,000 at a watch party nearby, according to estimates. The plan then allegedly involved snipers targeting the crowd and a so-called second wave attack on the White House itself.
This is what happens when people turn the rhetoric up so loud that disagreeing with somebody is a cause for violence.
There are now multiple arrests from a multi-state operation outside of the D.C. area, according to FBI Director Pat Patel. That includes 19-year-old suspect Tyson Proper, arrested in Knox County, Ohio. Agents have also seen chats in the app Signal that showed around 20 people could have been involved.
This is really an extraordinary event that the Bureau was able to stop.
Former FBI Special Agent Ken Gray said easy access to drone technology makes security more complex for the agency. The FBI has seized dozens of drones around World Cup host stadiums for violating no-fly zones. The president announced that the 4th of July, celebrating America's 250th birthday, will now be a Trump rally, putting more security pressure on an already big event.
The Bureau had already been warning about the possibility, and Homeland Security had also been warning about the possibility that drones could be used in such a way against some of these large-scale events. But this, nonetheless, is a wake-up call that the threat is real.
Court documents for Tyson Proper indicate him and his co-conspirators were looking to jumpstart a revolution with the attack that was allegedly meant to target politicians who were pro-Israel and elites who attended the fight. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelman.
And we're also learning 2 men from Southern California have been arrested in connection to that plot. 32-year-old Michael Allen Thomas of Indian Hills and 24-year-old Brian Omaroa of Calimesa were arrested on Saturday. They have since made their initial court appearances. The FBI searched their homes and recovered multiple firearms and large quantities of ammunition. And now that the fighting is done, crews are working to take down the UFC claw at the White House. The construction started yesterday morning and will continue throughout the week, with the breakdown process expected to be finished by next Tuesday. The UFC estimates it'll pay about $700,000 to repair the south lawn as part of the roughly $60 million budget that went into the costs. Happening today, Rex Heuermann, also known as the Gilgo Beach serial killer, is expected to be sentenced today in New York after admitting to several murders. The 62-year-old architect pleaded guilty in April to killing 7 women and admitting to an 8th, many of whom were sex workers. Prosecutors say many of the women's dismembered remains were found in several areas near Gilgo Beach in Long Island after years of unsolved disappearances. Investigators linked Heuermann to the crime through DNA and cell phone and computer data. Women's family members are expected to address the court as Heuermann faces life in prison.
We are live here this morning in Exeter. There is a very special event taking place this weekend to kick off summertime. Yes, I'm going to tell you all about it. Have a great day. Stick with us.
Well, for now, the time is 7:26, and as we head to break, here's a live look at traffic in the North Valley this morning. We do have an accident to report in Atwater. This along southbound 99 just before Atwater Boulevard. The shoulder is blocked there, and traffic is slowing down. Again, that is southbound 99 at Atwater Boulevard. So do expect some delays in that area, and as always, please drive carefully.
Wake up! We got pain to relieve by morning. Ice, hot, icy hot, nighttime recovery. Just so bad.
When migraine strikes, and I've taken Triptan with side effects and dizziness. Migraine again. Ibuprofen works differently. It keeps me in rhythm, quickly stopping migraine pain within 2 hours. And some have pain relief that lasts all day. so I can handle whatever the day may throw at me. Don't take if allergic or with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Report increased blood pressure or color changes, pain, or numbness in fingers or toes. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur days after use. Ask your doctor how you can stop migraine attacks and stay in rhythm with Ubrelvy.
Forget the warm-up. DirecTV got hot. They're on fire with more MLB games than ever. Welcome to the big league, kids. Portions of this program are brought to you by Skechers Washable Hands-Free Slip-Ins.
We got new hands-free Skechers Slip-Ins.
2 minutes later.
Luckily, almost every pair of Skechers is machine washable. Toss them in and they'll come out looking like the day you bought them.
Need a lift? Get back on your feet with a Power Lift Recliner by Golden Technologies. Recline, lay flat, relax, lift. The Bone Store has a huge selection by Golden Technologies, and will even give it a lift home with immediate delivery. Available today at the Bone Store.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, it can be one of the hardest times of your life. Let us help you through it.
The law brothers got me 4 to 5 times the amount the insurance company was offering me.
I was very happy with my settlement.
Call the law brothers. We're the law brothers.
Today's Fox 26 FIFA World Cup 2026 daily lineup is sponsored locally by Solar Negotiators.
Fox 26 is your home for all things World Cup, and the World Cup continues later this morning with Portugal taking on Congo DR at 10, and at 1, England plays Croatia. Make sure to tune into the Fox 26 News at 10 tonight for a recap of all the best moments.
It's 7:29 now. It's today planned out here. We start off up in the North Valley and Corscold up there in the hills of Madera County. Good morning, Corscold. At 10 a.m., you're going to be at 84. At noon, you're at 87. At 5, you're at 92. Sunny there in Corscold. Some light winds, too. Corscold, have a great day. All right, how about Parlier? Good morning to you, Parlier. 10 a.m., 81. Noon, 88. 5, 98. Sunny in Parlier today. Light winds this afternoon in Parlier. Have a great day. And in the South Valley there at Lemoore. Good morning to you. 10 a.m. You're at 81. At noon, 88. At 5, 98. Sunny in Parlier today. Lemoore. Lemoore. Your winds are going to be calm there, but hey, it's nice and sunny and still looking lovely, regardless of the local weather guys' mistakes. Lemoore, have yourself a great day. We'll say it again, and weekend getaway forecast is coming up next. I think I know where I'm going this time.
A warning this morning about a potential scam in Sanger. City officials say they have received reports of people going door to door, claiming they need to test residents' water for chemicals. The city says it is not conducting water testing inside homes, and authorized utility workers do not need to enter your house for routine water quality tests. Residents are being urged to ask for identification and verify credentials before engaging or letting anyone inside. If something seems suspicious, officials say to contact law enforcement right away. Happening today, Kevin Warsh will serve in his first committee meeting as Federal Reserve Chair. The expectation for today's meeting is the Fed will hold steady on interest rates. President Trump and Warsh would like lower rates, but getting voting members to agree will be a challenge, especially as inflation runs hot. Even so, one former Fed governor sees room for cuts.
Do you think any of your former colleagues will actually be voting for a cut?
No, I think that a lot of them are focused on what the data have been doing recently, right? Sort of, to me, that can be a little bit backward looking. That can sort of just be mechanical responses to what the data have printed in the last few months.
Beyond rates, Warsh wants the Fed to talk to the public less. He argues policymakers get boxed in by big forecasts. Markets then react to those public statements, which then forces the Fed to respond. According to Warsh, that's not ideal. And experts are now warning that the tentative deal to end the Iran war doesn't mean we'll see prices drop right away. According to economists and industry analysts, even after oil starts flowing again from the Middle East, it will take a while for drivers to see the difference at the pump. Refineries typically pay for crude oil a month or more in advance. Airlines do too, so flights won't get cheaper right away, though passengers may see a reprieve from airlines dropping fuel surcharges. farmers are still strapped for fertilizer, meaning food prices will remain high. And overall, experts say it will take a while for the energy shock from the war to wind down through the food supply chain. President Trump is now issuing a new ultimatum to France. Drop a digital service tax or face new tariffs on wine and champagne. It comes as the Supreme Court declines new limits on his tariff authority. With the war in Iran cooling, President Trump is turning attention back to his trade agenda. In an interview with the New York Post, he threatened to impose 100% tariffs on French wines and champagne unless France drops a digital service tax on American tech companies. During the G7 summit on Monday, French President Emmanuel Macron pushed back.
Several countries implemented it. It's part of our law. It's not for the United States to decide what European or French law should be.
France first applied the 3% levy on large digital companies in 2019, but the White House tells Fox Business the measure has a greater impact on American tech firms. According to Eurostat data, alcohol is one of the European Union's top exports to the U.S., worth more than $10 billion. It comes as the president tries to rebuild his global tariff agenda. On Monday, the Supreme Court declined to put new limits on his tariff authority, leaving in place import taxes he placed on China during his first term. The White House has proposed additional tariffs on China after the country allegedly failed to enforce bans on forced labor. Get ready for a day of community and connection hosted by Boimong Village and Hacienda de las Rosas Farm Sanctuary. Fox 26 reporter Alexis Govea joins us live from Exeter with a preview of June Bloom. Good morning, Alexis.
Good morning. Meet my new little bestie. Say hi, Mama. She is not camera shy, right, Claudia? She is not camera shy. She's the owner of this beautiful farm. Yeah, first and foremost, before we talk all about the event details, let's start here. Yes.
Well, thank you. Yes, I'm Claudia, and I am the co-owner with my husband of Hacienda de las Rosas, and we get to live with 50 retired farm animals. It started as a farm, ended up being a rescue farm animal for retired animals or animals that are sick that are not able to be with their families for one reason or another.
If people can't make it out this Sunday, tell them everything else that you have to offer here so much.
So we believe in offering farm experiences for families. So we have alpaca tea parties, bunny cafes, horses hugging rooms, flower U-picks. We have a farm stand. We want to make sure that we open our farm to our community. We know that many times people don't have time with nature. And so that's what we do. We offer farm experiences.
So relaxed.
It is very relaxing. We love it.
Yeah, so if you're watching this and you're feeling a little stressed out, well, this is the place to be. We're going to come on over here, amiga, and give peaches to Amanda. Hi, peaches. So cute, Mama. Thank you. And then we're going to put it over here because I'm going to show off a little bit more of your farm, and then tell us more about the details for the whole Sunday.
Yes, so we are opening our farm for June Bloom, which is this Sunday, from 9 to 12:30. We know that sometimes families, for one reason or another, are not able to afford coming to an experience. So we want to open our farm to our community, and we're doing that this Sunday. It's going to be a beautiful event, hanging out with alpacas, horses, our retirees, bunnies like Peaches, our ducks, our minis. And so the point is getting families to interact with our retirees.
Absolutely. Okay, so do people need tickets for this event?
So yes, we do have a website, and we do have a registration link so that we know how many people. It's all donation based. So whatever families can donate, it is gladly accepted. All of this goes towards feeding our farm animals. So all the tickets that you purchase, or all that, we're going to have also a floral event. All of that goes towards our nonprofit, which is Hacienda Happy Tails.
Just a little bit more about your nonprofit.
Yes, so Hacienda Happy Tails is a nonprofit, and the goal is to really provide a forever home to our farm animals, but also to open it up for our community. We offer services for people with disabilities and at Promise You to make sure that they are their best self. So Nature definitely does that.
We do have to wrap things up, but let's just say they can't make it out this Sunday. Where can they stay connected with you for future events?
Yes, we are on social media, Instagram. We're also on Facebook, and also our website.
Can you drop the app?
Yes, at Hacienda de los Rosas.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time this morning. We have some posters out here this morning, so I cannot wait
Yes,
to show what's
going to be wonderful.
Hope you can make it. I would like to have a great day.
The Fresno Unified Board of Education is standing firm in its decision to reassign staff members. Coming up, we'll speak with our media partners at GD Wire to learn why FUSD won't revisit the decision following community pushback.
For local coverage, weather, investigations, and breaking news, stay connected and informed daily. Go to KMPH.com today.
It's time to rejuvenate in 8. In 8 years, your mattress has reached the end of its life. In that time, your mattress has accumulated weight due to 2,920 nights of sweat and dust mite buildup, causing your mattress to no longer support your sleep needs. At Christian Mattress Express, we support your sleep needs. If your mattress is 8, it's time to rejuvenate. Rejuvenate in 8 at Christian's Mattress Express.
Don't miss the Epic RV Show, now in progress on Highway 41 at Avenue 14 in Madera. Hundreds of RVs, all in one massive location, including used and big repo. Only at the Epic RV Show on Highway 41 at Avenue 14 in Madera. Don't miss it.
Step back in time and climb aboard the Yosemite Mountain Sugar Pine Railroad. This family-friendly adventure brings history to life with scenic train rides through the Sierra National Forest, where towering pines and mountain air set the stage. Feel the power of historic locomotives that once hauled massive logs through these mountains, and imagine the lumberjacks who shaped the land. Beyond the ride, enjoy gold fanning, a logging museum, tasty food, and a stop at the Kids Depot toy store. The Yosemite Mountain Sugar Pine Railroad, where history, nature, and family fun come together.
Vehicle crashes involving pedestrians and bicyclists are on the rise in our community. Please take precautions to keep yourself and others safe when traveling, especially around school zones. Stay alert and avoid distractions like using your cell phone or headphones. For drivers, remember to slow down. The speed limit for school zones can drop as low as 10 miles per hour. For pedestrians and bicyclists, make sure to use traffic signals and crosswalks always. Together, we can ensure we get to where we need to go safely.
Blood tests for PFAS toxins.
Thursday on Fox 26 News at 10. For local coverage, weather, investigations, and breaking news, stay connected and informed daily. Go to KMPH.com today. The Getaway Forecast is sponsored by Epic RV.
Our time is 7:40, and here's a shot. There's a live look at Avila Beach there. Somebody out there for a nice, quiet solo walk along the shoreline there. Beautiful morning there in Avila Beach. Good to see 805 webcams. Got a little overcast there this morning. We've got feeling fog each morning this week. And that'll likely hold on until this weekend. We will see some clear skies there along the central coast, though, from time to time. And for this one, we're going to put you up in San Simeon there, up by Hearst Castle for your weekend getaway. A nice peaceful getaway there in San Simeon. And if you're going that way, well, Friday it'll be mostly cloudy. A little fog in the morning and then mostly cloudy after that. Clearing out Saturday be nice and sunny. Fog Saturday morning as well, and then Sunday mostly sunny. You'll be in the mid-60s all weekend. 64 Friday, 65 Saturday, 66 Sunday, upper 40s, low 50s overnight. If you're heading over to San Simeon this weekend, maybe doing Hearst Castle or just enjoying a peaceful weekend along the coastline there, please travel safe and have a great time. All right, just a little bit here. We'll take a look at that 10-day forecast, and we're going to nice cool down ourselves on the way. Details come out.
In a story we've been covering all morning, the Fresno Unified School District is moving forward with plans to reassign 5 principals and 26 vice principals to different schools, despite concerns from both parents and educators. So on this Wired Wednesday, GV Wire reporter Anya Ellis is joining us live from the GV Wire studios in Fresno with more on FUSD's decision and the pushback that it's receiving. Anya, good morning, and thank you for giving us this more perspective this morning.
Good morning, Carl. Thanks for having me.
So what's the reason behind Fresno Unified's choice to reassign these principals and vice principals?
Yes, the Frontline Unified gave several reasons for their decision, and they said that these decisions were very carefully thought out and will not be considered. They said these changes were driven by community needs, balancing administrative teams, so taking a new principal, a newer vice principal with a more experienced principal or vice principal. Also, opportunities for professional development within for those being moved, among other things. But yeah, they're not changing their mind and they're really sticking to this decision.
Is this something that's pretty common for Fresno Unified, these reassignments?
So it's not uncommon. It's just the volume of movement that is uncommon. Typically, they move around 5 to 10 staff members to the district each year. However, this year, about over 500 staff members are retiring due to an early retirement incentive offered by the district that was paid or offered in hopes of saving the district some money amidst the massive budget deficit that they're currently facing. And these retirements caused a bit of a ripple effect, which is resulting in what we're seeing now, which is that massive movement of principals and vice principals.
So why are educators and community members upset about these movements, and how have they voiced those concerns?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, one of the main goals of this movement was to place experienced people with inexperienced people. So we're seeing beloved vice principals and principals that have really impacted their schools and have a great track record that are being moved. And I think that's people's main concern, is that solid administrative team being broken up, as well as communication. The district said that they started communicating with schools back in February. However, staff members, community members, they're saying that they haven't found out until May. And so it feels like it's happening all of a sudden. You know, people feel like they didn't get any warnings for this. And so I think that's also a main cause for concern. And they're pushing back at board meetings. And also, a few of the affected sites have published letters signed by educators working at that particular school, basically asking the district to reconsider this movement and reassignment.
And real quickly, we got a little less than a minute, but there's something also happening with the mascots changing. Which schools are seeing this change, and why are they taking place?
Yeah, so in 2024, the state passed the California Racial Mascots Act, and it's now going into effect as of July 1st, and it targets Native American mascots and symbols at schools. So the district decided to go out. They created a specialized committee for this. They sent out surveys to really gauge what the community wants at each school, how much they want to change their mascots. Some mascot changes are necessary, while others weren't as necessary, but based on community feedback, they were changed. And so we're seeing the Canal Middle School is becoming the Titans. Tioga Middle School is now under the Hawks, and Lowell Elementary School is now being known as the Lions.
Anya, also GB Wire, thank you so much for joining us on this Wire Wednesday.
Thank you so much.
Great day with you. Back.
Soccer 101, sponsored by Jiffy Lube.
Today we're focusing on soccer fouls. A foul is when a player breaks a rule that impacts the opponent in an unfair manner, which is usually done through physical contact or a dangerous form of play. At the professional level, there are 4 referees on the field to help enforce the rules of the game, with the center referee being the primary decision maker for fouls.
Your summer road trip starts at Jiffy Lube.
My dad showcased a sense of love that I never had. It felt like it was a thing I've always wanted. I mean, it's not a little bit like he's like, no.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptheroeskids.org. The all-new Ringling Circus is 2 hours of non-stop wow. Don't miss the double wheel of destiny, high-flying trapeze, and more. Save 25% on ticket face value with a savings coupon from participating Papa Murphy's locations. Save Mart Center, July 2nd through 5th.
Every day, over 1,000 accidents happen in California. Lives are turned upside down. At Jacoby & Myers, we provide calm when an accident causes chaos. Call Jacoby & Myers today at 1-800-5-MILLION because you deserve justice.
As men, we're expected to show up at work, at home, for our families, and yes, in the bedroom. But if your energy is down and you just don't feel like yourself anymore, low testosterone could be the reason. Testosterone is what fuels your strength, focus, and confidence. When it's optimized, everything changes. Don't just play the game, win it. Schedule your free testosterone assessment today at Game Day Men's Health. Get back to being the man you know you are with the help of Game Day Men's Health in Fresno and Visalia.
Were you just injured in an accident? Are you in pain, worried about medical expenses, lost your vehicle, can't go to work? Whether you're involved in a minor or catastrophic crash, you have rights. Do you want to know what compensation you're owed under the law and what your rights are? The earlier you contact an attorney after an accident, the better your rights are protected. Before you speak to anyone, call B&B Injury Law for free case evaluation.
The next Sunday brunch in the Central Valley is an Eagle Sunday. Welcome to the table.
Happening tonight, the Fresno Police Department is kicking off a popular summer event. Starting tonight, the Southwest Police District is teaming up with Building Better Neighborhoods for free community events throughout the summer. Tonight's event is at Frank H. Ballpark from 5 to 8. The event will feature free food, water slides, family activities, and more. Organizers say the goal is to bring neighbors together and strengthen community connections during the summer months. Events take place every other Wednesday through August 12th.
The 10-day forecast is sponsored by Chuck Chanzy Gold Resort and Casino.
All right, it's 7:49. 10-day forecast, normal high, 92, and we're above that the next couple of days, but better than we've been. We're not in the triple digits at least. 99 in Fresno today, 97 tomorrow. Hey, drop into some normal low 90s there for us Friday and Saturday, Juneteenth. It'll be 91. Saturday, 90. First day of summer is officially this Sunday, and it's only going to be 93. Fairly normal start to the summer, and then we shoot right up into the triple digits there, and all next week looks like triple digits there for you. Overnight low is going to be in the 60s and 70s. Stay up to date with all the latest weather information with the Fox 46 forecast app. It's in the App Store and on Google Play.
Boxer Floyd Mayweather is facing 2 felony fraud charges in Las Vegas for allegedly writing a bad check. Prosecutors say Mayweather wrote a check for $200,000 to a designer resale store in December 2024 without sufficient funds in the bank. He was charged with theft and intent to defraud. Mayweather had an initial court appearance scheduled for Monday, but his attorney represented him. In a statement, his attorney said he had no intent to defraud. The hearing is set for September. Sean Diddy Combs' release date is changing again. It's now moved up from April 2028 to February 2028. The rap music mogul's release date changed several times throughout his incarceration. The Federal Bureau of Prisons declined to comment on the reason. Combs is currently serving a more than 4-year sentence in New Jersey on convictions related to prostitution. His legal team is appealing. Combs still faces dozens of civil lawsuits across the country, including one filed this month from a former child actor accusing him of sexual assault. A cat in Santa Barbara is now going viral for her massive collection of treasures. How her owner is using her hobby to give back to the community. And as we go to break, take a look at this beautiful view from high above Avocado Lake, brought to you by the Sky Fox 26 drone cam. Stay with
Friday. Fun facts. The Stars and Stripes kick off the day's World Cup action as Pulisic leads the U.S. against group rivals Australia.
Friday at 12 on Fox 26.
Live coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup continues. Today at 10 on Fox 26.
When it comes to winning experience, no one else can say they are the Curtis Legal Group.
For over 70 years, we've been known in the Central Valley for winning.
We are the Curtis Legal Group. We are your car wreck heavy hitters.
Call 1-800-430-8080.
Selling your home shouldn't be stressful. What if you could skip the repairs, the sorting, and the uncertainty? Hi, I'm Dean. At Home Helpers Group, we offer a true as-is solution. For over 15 years, we've made selling simple. As a local company, we value your time and peace of mind. Leave what you don't want, close on your schedule, and let our team handle the rest. Choose a partner who understands. Choose Home Helpers Group.
Letting you cash in days.
Every day we think,
How much longer can we afford this?
well, Trump says,
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
at the gas pump, prices skyrocket.
Groceries, too.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
Even utility bills.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
David Valadao? He's voted for Trump's economic policies.
100% of the time.
Oh, David Valadao, tell him, stop voting with Trump. Start standing up for us.
Hey guys, 15-minute oil change service coming right up.
Awesome. Great. Fast, easy oil change, and now let's go get some grub. Oh, yeah.
You can't grub without a reliable car.
Well, you could eat at home, too.
People do that. A fast, easy oil change with your best car part? Jiffy does it. Jiffy Lube.
One Southern California cat with a knack for collecting lost treasures is now an internet sensation.
That's right, Juno, the klepto cat, has gone viral for taking coats, hats, gardening gloves, and a lot more than that. Her owner says it all started when Juno was 4, and her 15 minutes of fame, well, it quickly turned her into a worldwide sensation. Look at all that stuff. Some of the cat's finds have even inspired her owner's colorful work of art, and now it's the centerpiece of her backyard collection.
Cameras record Juno's outings from the patio pet door. One of her recent finds was a toss safety vest.
As of today, with what she brought home today, we're at 2,562 things over the since 2019. And so far for this year, we've collected 218. So she's a keeper. Originally, I had taken a wagon around the neighborhood and asked if it belonged to them.
Well, she now shares a home with a kitten named Tilly, who is learning her klepto ways. With so many treasures and no one to claim them, they have given some items away to Santa Barbara Humane, and they have made donations on Juno's behalf. My question is, are they going to keep this thing? Is this like a center table? What is this?
The story is crazy.
Imagine just coming home, all day work, in your business, this giant pile of random things in your backyard, and this video proving it.
Yeah, you have a lost and found at home for your neighbors.
Well, I mean, you could also do your own little yard sale, I guess, too. Make some side money. Not advocating for stealing.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. Nothing like that. No. Not advocating for anything illegal.
I
Just saying.
feel bad for the people who lost their items.
I do. Do the lost and found first. Make sure it's claimed. If it's not claimed, then I got to straighten that out. I don't want people to think I'm advocating for criminal activity. Not on great day, not today. All right, the time now is 7:56. As we head to break, here's a live look down at traffic in Fresno this morning. As you can see, the rush hour is ramping up, but we have another backup to report. First, we have a stalled vehicle on northbound 99 near McKinley, and traffic is backing up to the 180 interchange. Then, at southbound 41 in Shields, an accident there on the center divide. Traffic backed up to Ashland. As you see on the map here, a lot of non-green colors, so do expect a lot of delays in those areas, and just please drive carefully as you make your way out the door so you get to your destination safely.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Personal Express Insurance. Closed captioning for this program is brought to you by Hands-Free Glide Step Skechers Slip-ins.
Ever since I started wearing Hands-Free Glide Step Skechers Sleep-ins, my older suits are useless. With Skechers Sleep-ins, I just step in and they're on by Skechers Sleep-ins.
Just back a sword.
Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot, just so bad.
Ashley Summer Night Sale is here. Get 25% off one item plus 20% off the rest of your purchase. And get 0% interest for 60 months. That's 5 full years, interest-free. This weekend only at Ashley.
Sometimes life can really surprise you. It turns along the way. And it's unexpected twists.
Are we going the right way? Maybe it's this way. Aren't you so good?
Everyday banking from Golden One moves with you, so you end up right where you're meant to be. Golden One Credit Union, the one for you.
My biggest contribution to the Grupetti family of dealerships, the Grupetti playbook.
When you approach people, you only want to button hook, surprise and delight. That seems off-putting. And if it's a family and they're rushing forward, you need a check down.
Check down.
Or your backs. We're here to serve the customer. That's the Grupetti way. This playbook is my legacy. And this.
Summer nights are better with Ashley. This weekend only, get 25% off one item, plus 20% off the rest of your purchase. Hurry in and shop sizzling hot buys, starting at just $4.99. Friday through Sunday only at Ashley.
Team USA versus Australia, Friday at noon on Fox 26. You're watching Fox 26, and now, great day.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm Carl Cook.
Good morning. I'm Christina Rodriguez in for Liz Gonzalez.
And I'm Justin Willis. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Wednesday morning.
It's almost Friday.
Almost Friday. All down left in here, and I spilled water in my cup.
It's okay.
What is that? I would say anything. Okay, cool. Then never mind. Forget what I just said.
We'll redact that.
Yeah. But you will want to stay hydrated today.
I like that.
There you go. It's going to be hot out there again, but not like it's been. Half of us get triple digits, the other half not so much. Right now, that's a good start to the morning here for you. 74 out there right now, and 20 dew point is at 57. 10 a.m., 81, 88.5, and 98 degrees. Nice and sunny out there today, and it looks like we've got some light winds too. So, yeah, it's going to be hot, but not as hot as it's been. Up next, we're going to talk about a cool down on the way for the weekend.
New this morning, a driver is behind bars after a traffic stop led to a drug rush near Coalinga. Yesterday morning, highway patrol officers pulled a car over on the I-5. During the stop, the officer noticed signs of criminal activity and searched the car, finding 6-kilogram-sized packages of cocaine. Investigators say the drugs have an estimated street value of about $600,000. The driver was arrested and booked into the Fresno County Jail on multiple narcotics charges. Police say the case remains under investigation. California law enforcement leaders, they are now sounding the alarm on the state's proposed $356 billion budget, arguing that it fails to provide enough funding for Proposition 36. Voters overwhelmingly approved this proposition. It is aimed at strengthening penalties for certain repeat theft and drug-related offenses. According to the Public Policy Institute of California, 3,500 thefts and 4,500 drug cases were filed under Prop 36 in the first 90 days. 2 years after the passage, though, critics say Prop 36 still hasn't delivered the results that many had expected.
The governor and every single member of the assembly that is not dedicating or forcing money to be put in it should be embarrassed to even be in the positions that they are, because they are completely allowing these people to suffer and die on the street. We have not received any of it. I don't know of anybody that's received any funding for it.
Bianco, along with the California District Attorneys Association and Chief Probation Officers of California, they are calling for more money after they say the state budget allocated $50 million for the cost of implementation. But they say that number falls short of the investment needed to sustain what the province delivers, like expanded treatment programs and prosecution efforts. Governor Gavin Newsom and the legislature must reach an agreement and sign off on the state budget by July 1st. And speaking of that budget, state legislatures approved it, but they didn't include one of the more controversial sections of it, a proposed tax increase on private health insurance companies. Despite not agreeing to this section by the deadline last night, state Senate and Assembly leaders say they would accept the proposals in the final budget. This proposed tax increase is designed to offset federal Medi-Cal cuts, but it could lead to a price increase if those companies pass that cost on to customers. That number could be as high as $100 or $400 for a family of four. And if you have private health care, you could see your premiums increase when the new fiscal year starts in October. Happening today, the Fresno Unified Board of Education is being to finalize its decision to reassign administrators from numerous schools across the district. In recent weeks, the district has announced leadership changes that affects 5 principals and 26 vice principals. In response to this, educators, parents, and community members from several impacted school sites are calling on district leaders to reconsider these reassignments and provide greater transparency regarding how those choices were made.
District is using a rationale because there are a number of people that took retirement and they want to move people, but those rationales really fall on their face because you could just simply backfill with a new employee or somebody that is going from being a teacher to an administrator. There is no need, no requirement to have to move these folks. That is a choice.
Parents and educators say they call on Superintendent Misty Herr and the Fresno Unified Board of Education to stop these changes. Also engage more directly with school communities. The board has previously said, though, that all reassignment decisions, they're final, and they will not be revisiting them ahead of the next school year.
It's coming up at 8:04 now. And, well, our forecast for today, we're going to be at 99. There's a good chance we stick up into triple digits there with a 100 today in Fresno, but I'm going to keep us at 99 because, I don't know, it's cooling. We got a UV index, so it's going to be very high, and you're going to want to listen to sunscreen out there for that. And it's going to be hot out there today, plenty of sunshine for you. Relative humidity is at 38%, dew point at 57. Sun came up at 5:39. It will set tonight at 8:20 p.m. All right, so high pressure is still keeping us hot today, but it'll start backing off here over the next couple days, and we'll get our temperatures back to normal thanks to some low pressure working its way in, and that'll drop us to those normal low 90s. However, we got some other low pressure here that is kind of been impacting the Sierra Nevada mountains. The higher elevations, that is, over the last few afternoons, and will continue for the next couple. This is drawing up some monsoon moisture, pushing that up high and getting some slight chances of precip out there, about 10 to 15% chance, really, each afternoon through the rest of the week. Temperature-wise, here we are, 99 today, down to 97 tomorrow, and then all the way down to 91 on Friday. That'll feel nice. Friday and into the weekend too. 60s for the overnight lows, wind speeds about 5 to 15 miles an hour today, and well, plenty of sunshine out there, so enjoy that. Up next, we'll take a look at the highs and lows for today. Across the rest of the San Joaquin Valley, I'll show you where you are getting triple digits next. The month of June is now being designated as Traditional Nuclear Family Month in Fresno County. In a close 3-2 vote, the Board of Supervisors approved this controversial resolution. One husband, one wife, and children. That's how the resolution describes a traditional nuclear family.
This resolution doesn't take away anything from anyone. It doesn't prohibit anyone from celebrating holidays or any other event. It doesn't restrict anyone's rights, nor does it prevent anyone from living life as they choose. What it does do is recognize and celebrate an institution that has served as the foundation of civilization for centuries, the traditional nuclear family.
Last week, Bertho told us the resolution is meant to support traditional values and does not stand against any particular group. But critics of this say the wording, it sends a different message, that families outside of that traditional structure are being treated as less valid, especially during Pride Month. And an Atwater family is trying to turn their tragic loss into a campaign for change. Family members say Christopher Tejeda Jr. was kind-hearted, athletic, and dreamed of one day following in his father's footsteps as a Marine. But on April 30th, the 10-year-old was hit and killed while riding his bike in his neighborhood. In the months since this tragedy, his family started a petition calling for traffic safety improvements across Atwater.
We're not approaching the city out of anger. We are here simply as a heartbroken family coming in peace to see if they can help us prevent this again for anybody else.
The petition, by the way, has garnered more than 1,000 signatures. It calls for the city to reevaluate traffic safety near schools, parks, and neighborhoods. Family plans to present their message at next Monday's city council meeting and is encouraging community members to attend in support. Some lawmakers are demanding more clarity on a tentative peace deal with Iran. When the documents reveal about the U.S.'s vision for the region and what the president is threatening to do if Iran falls short of its goals.
We are live here this morning in Exeter. There is a very special event taking place this weekend to kick off the start of summer. We're going to tell you all about it. Hope you're on great day.
This portion of the news is sponsored by HR Mobile Services, keeping your company compliant.
After a car accident, call Jacoby Myers to get 5-star treatment. Like Marvin, seriously injured in a car accident. Call 1-800-5-MILLION. Jacoby Myers, because you deserve justice.
Don't miss the Epic RV Show, now in progress on Highway 41 and Avenue 14 in Madera. Hundreds of RVs, all in one massive location, new, used, and big repos. Only at the Epic RV Show on Highway 41 and Avenue 14 in Madera. Don't miss it. Good job.
Skip the stress of selling your home with Home Helpers Group, the proven choice for over 15 years. We offer a true as-is solution, and we make it simple. Leave what you don't want, and let our team handle the rest.
I was driving with my daughters, and a car hit me head on. The Law Brothers were on it. I would recommend the Law Brothers to everybody and anybody.
Car accidents come with all kinds of problems, and a lot of people just don't know what to do. That's what we're here for.
We're the Law Brothers. Looking for big flooring deals? They're here at the Big Deals Flooring Clearance Event, only at the Floor Trader. Save up to 50% on in-stock flooring like fast install waterproof luxury vinyl, hardwood that's ready when you are, carpet you can grab and go, all in stock, all ready to go, and tile built to move. No waiting, no delays. Plus, for a limited time, get 18 months special financing at the Big Deals Flooring Clearance Event, only at the Floor Trader in Fresno.
Hire Jacoby Myers after a car accident, and you don't pay unless we win your case. No fees, no costs, nothing. Another reason to call Jacoby Myers. 1-800-5-MILLION. Because you deserve justice.
Coming up at 8:10, highs and lows for today. Oh, we got a 66 in San Francisco. Good for you guys. 77, 75 in Los Angeles. That's pretty nice for LA. Here in Fresno, we're at 99 degrees and nice and sunny out there. A little hot for us today. Some places are getting triple digits, not so much in the North Valley though. Merced, you're at 96 today in Los Angeles, 93. Fireball at 99. Sanford, Kerman. Madera's at 98. Oakhurst, good morning, 92 for you. 91 in Mariposa. Shaver Lake at 78. Over in Yokuts Valley, it'll be 94 out there. Clovis, Sanger, Reedley, all at 100 today. Rosie, good morning, 100 degrees for you. Sanford Wood Lake there. Selma and Kingsburg, both at 100 today. In the South Valley, Calinga, you're at 100 degrees. Avenal's at 99 there. Hanford, you're at 100 degrees on the dot. Corcoran, 101. Visalia, good morning, 100 degrees for you. 101 in Tulare, 100 in Porterville, 101 in Delana. Overnight lows will be in the 60s. Across the Central Valley. All right, up next, we'll get a look at the air quality and allergy report and see how that's shaping up here for your Wednesday.
A live look now from the White House, a major development in the war against Iran. CNN says it has received a copy of the 14-point deal between the U.S. and Iran. The memorandum of understanding hasn't been officially released, but CNN says a diplomat at the G7 summit familiar with negotiations confirmed the contents. Under the agreement, the U.S., Iran, and all of its allies will declare an end to the war, something Israel has already stated it will not comply with. The Strait of Hormuz will also reopen to allow ship traffic to pre-war levels. Iran will also get full access to frozen or restricted funds and assets. It also states that Iran would be allowed to sell its oil and petrochemical products and tap into a $300 billion development fund if the country meets commitments related to the nuclear program in negotiations. The memorandum doesn't include specifics on what will happen to Iran's highly enriched uranium. CNN says U.S. officials are downplaying the memo, calling it a political document that doesn't reflect back-channel commitments from Iran. And President Trump is now responding to the details of the deal. At the G7 summit this morning, he was asked, is the agreement final? He says he may change his mind and turn back to bombing Iran if he doesn't find Iran is acting in good faith.
Now it's not fine. It's a memorandum of understanding, and if I don't like it, we'll go back to shooting at them, dropping bombs on that. If I don't, okay, we'll go right back to dropping bombs right smack in the middle of their head.
The agreement is set to be signed on Friday, kicking off a 60-day window to negotiate the final terms. And Democratic State Senator Aisha Wahab is now advancing to the special general election to replace former Representative Eric Swalwell in California's 14th district. The district heavily favors Democrats and covers much of the East Bay. It's too early to determine who she'll face in the August 18th runoff to determine who will fill the remainder of Swalwell's term through January. The former Bay Area representative resigned from Congress earlier this year following accusations of sexual assault. State Republicans in Georgia are now nominating Rick Jackson for governor and Congressman Mike Collins to challenge incumbent Senator Jon Ossoff. Yesterday's gubernatorial primary saw voters choose Jackson over businessman Burt Jones, who was endorsed by President Trump and got a late nod from outgoing Governor Brian Kemp. Jackson's victory now sets the stage for November, when voters will choose between him and Democratic nominee, former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. Meanwhile, the Senate race saw dueling endorsements from the president and Kemp. In the end, it was the president's candidate, Congressman Collins, who came out on top over former college football coach Derek Dooley. Collins will face Ossoff, who ran unopposed on the Democratic side. A new political poll shows a tied Senate race is forming in Maine as Democratic nominee Grant Plattner takes on incumbent Susan Collins. Plattner holds a 2 percentage point lead over Collins. Cost of living is what voters say they care most about. Much lower down the list is immigration, Social Security, a candidate's character and conduct, and jobs and the economy. The poll was taken after accusations of Plattner having a past of emotional abuse in previous relationships, which he denies. One area that could pose a serious challenge for Collins is President Trump slipping support among white working class, non-college educated voters. A recent New York Times analysis of polling shows his base supported his economic agenda by as much as 30 points in 2018, which helped the GOP ease losses in that midterm election. But now polls show them disapproving by up to 30 points on the economy. White voters without college degrees make up a large portion of Maine's rural voting bloc. And a new CNN poll reveals the number of Americans who say they don't consider themselves a part of either major political party is at the highest level in a decade. 47% of Americans now say they're independent voters. That's up 10 percentage points in just after President Trump's first term in 2021. A warning this morning about a potential scam in Sanger. City officials say they have received reports of people going door to door claiming they need to test your water for chemicals. The city says it is not conducting water testing inside homes, and authorized utility workers do not need to enter your house for routine water quality tests. People are being urged to ask for identification and verified credentials before engaging or letting anyone inside. If something seems suspicious, officials say to contact law enforcement right away. Get ready for a day of community and connection hosted by Boymon Village and Hacienda de las Rosas Farm Sanctuary. Fox 26 reporter Alexis Gouveia joins us live from Exeter with a preview of June Bloom. Good morning, Alexis.
Good morning, yeah, it's going to be a Sunday fun day. And joining me this morning is Jeanette. She is the organizer of this incredible event. Hey, girl, tell us all about this cool event taking place on Sunday.
Good morning. I am the event organizer. I am also the founder of Boy Mountain Village. We put it together with the amazing Claudia. We absolutely love this farm. We've come as a visitor before. My son loves all the animals, and we have all the featured vendors that are coming in here. So we have coffee, we have flowers. We have our trade trinket box for the little ones. It's free. You can come and enjoy and trade. We're doing a giveaway with beautiful flowers, baked goods, everything that the family can possibly want. And it's just a beautiful Sunday. And it's Father's Day. Who doesn't want to come out for a few hours and get to pet the animals and just take care of everybody around them?
Over peacing out here.
So calm. I love it.
Beautiful. Okay, you guys, so tell us a little bit more about this event. If people need to purchase tickets.
So it's donation based. All you have to do is actually go to the website and then click on general admission. You can put whatever you're able to pay. It's anything, so we don't want to take away from any family. We want to make sure everybody can come. So if you pay $5, there you go. Ask for any tickets that you want. Come and enjoy. We have about 6 different vendors, from coffee to baked goods to cotton candy to permanent jewelry, so something for everybody. And then at the end of the day, who doesn't want to pet amazing animals? We have ponies, alpacas, sheep, goats, bunnies. The bunnies are like the favorite thing ever.
So cute.
Who doesn't want a bunny? It's the sweetest thing, and it's also a great cause. I mean, at the end of the day, Claudia provided such a beautiful home to all these animals, whether they're retired or a little old. There's a home for everybody. So why would we want to come support the community and just take care of it and just be able to be with our families? I mean, my son's here with me, and he loves it here. My husband's with me, and we just want to make it a family event. The cool thing about it, too, is some of the vendors are actually moms, so you'll see them with their kids, and who wouldn't want to support that?
It's the first day of summer.
First day of summer. It's going to be hot. It's going to be nice, but it's early for you. Don't have to be sweating all day.
And there's a lot of shade here.
Yes, shady parts. You can hang out. Bring your picnic blankets, bring a table, chairs, whatever you need. Just come and chill.
So thank you so much, Vic, for all those details. Also joining us this morning is Chanel Diaz. She is the owner of this beautiful farm. Can you tell everyone all about your farm?
So our farm is a place where families can come and experience the farm. And so they get to come and interact with the animals, really enjoy their time. We also have flower music, and we are going to be doing a floral workshop that's going to be super fun.
Tell us a little bit about your nonprofit organization.
Yes, so we're Hacienda Happy Tales, and we provide a forever home to our retired farm animals. And in return, they also help people with disabilities and at Promise You.
Okay, let's just say, for instance, if people can't make it out this weekend for the event, where can they stay connected with y'all?
Yes, definitely at Instagram at Hacienda Las Rosas. They can definitely hear all about the events that we have.
Okay, I gotta try one of these sweet treats this morning. What are we doing, y'all? Oh my goodness, we're tossing back to the studio. Oh, that is cute. Yep, get a close-up of that, Byron. See y'all soon back in the studio. I might take that back for you guys. Mike.
Happening tonight, the Fresno Police Department is kicking off a popular summer event. Starting tonight, the Southwest Police District is teaming up with Building Better Neighborhoods for free community events throughout the summer. Tonight's event is at Frank H. Ballpark from 5 to 8 p.m. It features free food, water slides, family activities, and much more. Organizers say the goal is to bring neighbors together and strengthen the community during the summer months. Events take place every other Wednesday through August 12th.
Shocking details about a terror plot allegedly targeting the UFC fight at the White House over the weekend that was foiled by the FBI. I'm Matt Gelka in Washington, and all the story coming out.
Hurry in and bring home a winning deal at the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Ashley Summer Night Sale is here. Get 25% off one item plus 20% off the rest of your purchase. And get 0% interest for 60 months. That's 5 full years, interest-free. This weekend only at Ashley.
It's time to explore California. This summer, ride in style in a new Toyota. With industry-leading MPG, every road is the right road. Right now, lease a 50 MPG Corolla Hybrid for just $239 a month. Or lease a Hybrid 51 MPG Camry for just $279 a month. Get going on your next adventure in a new Toyota. Choose from 21 hybrid and electrified models. Toyota, let's go places.
People often ask me, what is a premise case or a slip and fall? And the truth of the matter is, it doesn't always involve a banana peel. Whenever you visit another property and you're injured as a result of the owner's negligence, you have a right to get compensated for your injuries. You have a right to get the right medical care and make sure that if you have a loss of earnings or couldn't go to work, that your life is not changed as a result of their fault and their negligence.
Summer nights are better with Ashley. This weekend only, get 25% off one item, plus 20% off the rest of your purchase. Hurry in and shop sizzling hot buys, starting at just $4.99. Friday through Sunday only at Ashley.
Argentina has won the World Cup. France has won the World Cup. Zlatan of the Republic of Zlatan has won the World Cup. Perfect.
Saturday on Fox 26.
Live coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup continues.
Thursday at 9 on Fox 26.
All right, it's 8:22, and a live look there to the west, the Fresno skyline, and it's clear out there. You can see all the way to the western hills out there. Beautiful morning, clear skies to start the day, and yeah, it's going to be a lovely day out there. Half of us are done with triple digits for now, and the other half not so much, and the air, it's looking pretty good. Check out the air quality. We've got moderate air going across the San Joaquin Valley for you again today. No changes there. Plain and simple on that one. With the allergy report, pollen levels are moderate, mold is low. Dust and dander is now dropping into the low range today. Other top allergies for you have almond, trivet, and juniper today. On the illness outlook here, the triggers for asthma and sinus pressure have dropped and are down in the low range. Now, common cold arthritis triggers too. Migraine triggers up a little bit into the moderate range there. Informational purposes only. I'll support your position. Regional day planners coming up next. We'll see how things are shaping up north, central, and south. A teen is now under arrest after an acid attack in New Jersey sent 6 people to the hospital.
There was a lot of commotion, girls fighting, doors slamming, and minutes after the fighting and the screaming, I heard some girls screaming, "It burns, it burns."
Police say a car pulled up to a group in Jersey City Monday night and threw suspected sulfuric acid. 3 teenagers were among the victims, and a 21-year-old woman had second-degree burns on her face and scalp. According to city officials, the attack appears targeted and may be linked to an earlier dispute. Responders have been washing down surfaces in the area to avoid further injuries to the community. And now let's take a live look at the White House, where the FBI says it foiled a plot involving drones and guns that was meant to target the UFC fight that was held at the White House lawn over the weekend. As national correspondent Matt Galka reports, the World Cup and upcoming 4th of July celebrations are testing the ability to keep large crowds safe.
Fight night at the White House was an apparent high-profile terror target. The FBI announced they foiled a potential plot aimed at the UFC Freedom 250 that featured President Trump sitting ringside. Trump said he wasn't briefed on.
I haven't heard about it, but I watched the attack that I watched with the fighters.
The alleged plot involved multiple waves featuring drones armed with explosives meant to scare the crowd. There are more than 4,000 people at the White House and around 100,000 at a watch party nearby, according to estimates. The plan then allegedly involved snipers targeting the crowd and a so-called second-wave attack on the White House itself.
This is what happens when people turn the rhetoric up so loud that disagreeing with somebody is a cause for violence.
There are now multiple arrests from a multi-state operation outside of the D.C. area, according to FBI Director Kash Patel. That includes 19-year-old suspect Tyson Proper, arrested in Knox County, Ohio. Agents have also seen chats in the app Signal that showed around 20 people could have been involved.
This is really an extraordinary event that the Bureau was able to stop.
Former FBI Special Agent Ken Gray said easy access to drone technology makes security more complex for the agency. The FBI has seized dozens of drones around World Cup host stadiums for violating no-fly zones. The president announced that the 4th of July, celebrating America's 250th birthday, will now be a Trump rally, putting more security pressure on an already big event.
The Bureau had already been warning about the possibility, and Homeland Security had also been warning about the possibility that drones could be used in such a way against some of these large-scale events. But this, nonetheless, is a wake-up call that the threat is real.
Court documents for Tyson Cropper indicate him and his co-conspirators were looking to jumpstart a revolution with the attack that was allegedly meant to target politicians who were pro-Israel and elites who attended the fight. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Bielka.
And we're also learning 2 men from Southern California are under arrest in connection to that plot. 32-year-old Michael Allen Thomas of Pinion Hills and 24-year-old Brian Omar Roa of Pali Mesa were arrested on Saturday. They have since made their initial court appearances. The FBI searched their homes and recovered multiple firearms and large quantities of ammunition. And now that the fight is done, crews are working to take down the UFC claw at the White House. The construction started yesterday morning and will continue throughout the week. The breakdown process is expected to be finished by next Tuesday. And the UFC estimates it'll pay about $700,000 to repair the South Lawn as part of the roughly $60 million budget that went into the fight's costs.
Two of the biggest names in politics in a battle royale spilling out into public view. I'm Christine Frizzell with why California Governor Gavin Newsom says he's being pursued by the president.
Kevin Warsh is now getting ready to oversee his first meeting as the chair of the Federal Reserve. How his vision for the future of the Fed could conflict with other policymakers and why some on Wall Street are holding out hope for a rate cut. Time now is 8:28.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Better Life Center for Implant and Dental Dentistry. Thrive in 2025.
I've been baking my entire life. I love being at the gym, and I'm constantly growing my brows. So when some of my friends mentioned they had treated with Botox Cosmetic and were happy with the results, I booked my first consultation. Botox Cosmetic has been FDA approved for over 20 years, and it's the most studied product of its kind. I'm happy with my results. They're very natural looking.
Botox Cosmetic effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow, eyelid drooping, or swelling. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications including botulinum toxin, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
I'm the one and only Taylor, and I got treated with the one and only Botox Cosmetic.
Find a licensed Botox Cosmetic specialist at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Every day we think,
how much longer can we afford this?
well, Trump says,
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
at the gas pump, prices skyrocket.
Groceries, too.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
Even utility bills.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
David Valadao, he voted for Trump's economic policies
100% of the time.
Call David Valadao. Tell him, stop voting with Trump. Start standing up for us.
The treasure isn't buried at Chancey Village Resort and Casino. You'll have to play to win it. Play for cash, e-cash, or a $92,000 grand finale at the $737,000 treasure trove of cash giveaway.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, it can be one of the hardest times of your life. Let us help you through it.
My mom got more than what we got.
I was very pleased with myself.
I would totally recommend Law Brothers to any of my family, any of my friends.
We're the Law Brothers.
All right, it's 8:30, and we keep the day planned out here, heading up into the hills of Madera County. Quartz Gold, good morning. 10 a.m. 84, noon 87, 592. Sunny and Quartz Gold, light winds. Have yourself a great day there. All right, Parlier, good morning to you. 10 a.m. 81, noon 88, 598. Sunny there. Light winds in Parlier. Have yourself a great day. And Lemoore in the South Valley there, Kings County at 10 a.m. 81, noon 88, 598. Sunny in Lemoore today. Calm winds too. Lemoore, have yourself a great day. All right, this figure, we'll take a look at your weekend getaway forecast. We're getting closer, so let's make some plans now. Just a spot for you next.
A live look now at Orange Beach, Alabama. Tropical Storm Arthur is now on the first named storm of this year's Atlantic hurricane season. It's bringing intense rain and the threat of flash floods to the Gulf Coast. According to the National Hurricane Center, the storm is expected to move northwest and pass over parts of Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, and the Florida Panhandle. The director of the National Hurricane Center says while the storm is expected to be short-lived, heavy rain could extend the risk of dangerous storm surge into the weekend. President Trump's Justice Department is reportedly knocking on doors of the friends and family members of Governor Gavin Newsom. The announcement came not from the DOJ, but from Governor Newsom himself. Here's national correspondent Christine Frizzell with what we're learning.
California Governor Gavin Newsom says he and his wife are just the latest target for President Trump and his Justice Department, looking for a crime where there isn't one.
He's coming after me because I'm considering running for president. Because he hates that I consistently called him out over and over again for his lies and deceit.
According to some reports, the investigation began a year ago and does not target Governor Newsom, but only his wife, filmmaker Jennifer Siebel Newsom's tax returns.
Someone who has done nothing wrong other than having the temerity to advocate for what she believes in. If they can't intimidate me, they'll go after the mother of our children.
Newsom's office vowing to fight them, already filing a Freedom of Information request seeking DOJ records, quote, related to President Donald Trump's politically motivated investigation to he and his wife. President Trump has been open about his disdain for the California governor for years.
Gavin Newsom isn't counting.
No comment so far from the DOJ.
The Justice Department investigating Gavin Newsom. Can you explain that?
I'm not clear. This is not a news document.
If the investigation is in fact being carried out, Gavin Newsom and his wife would be just the latest in a long line of the president's political enemies that his Justice Department has pursued. Others include former FBI Director James Comey, California Senator Adam Schiff, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. In Washington, I'm Christine Frizzell.
The big one, it's the earthquake Californians have been warned about for decades. A new study by the University of Hawaii shows the San Andreas and San Jacinto fault systems are now under extreme pressure. Stress levels are at some of the highest points seen in about 1,000 years. Scientists say this does not mean a major earthquake is about to happen, but it does show the region is capable of producing a powerful rupture at any point.
It could mean that there's a significant earthquake at some point. We cannot predict earthquakes or forecast earthquakes, so we cannot say, oh, this will happen tomorrow, month, or year. What we can say is that it will happen.
To get these findings, researchers built a physics-based computer model using years of earthquake history from the U.S. Geological Survey to learn how stress builds up and releases along faults. They looked into bigger earthquakes, anything above a magnitude 6, comparing to today's stress levels, the conditions that existed in past large-scale earthquakes. Researchers also found that the Cajon Pass area could act as an earthquake gate where a rupture could either stop or continue through both the San Andreas and San Jacinto fault systems, potentially making the event even larger. All eyes are on Federal Reserve Chair Kenneth Walsh this morning as he gears up to usher in a new era of the central bank, how he is signaling a change in the Fed's approach to fiscal policy, and why some policymakers can be reluctant to adopt his idea.
The Chuck Chansey Skycam, sponsored by Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino.
As we head to break, here's a live look at the Fresno Yosemite International Airport, brought to you by the Chuck Chansey Skycam. Stay with us.
Never touch a down power line. Assume they are live and dangerous. If you see a down line, stay away, call 911, and avoid touching anything that has come into contact with the power line.
The biggest contribution is the Petty family of dealerships. Victor Petty Pipe.
When you approach people, you don't want a button hook, surprise and delight.
That seems off-putting.
And if it's a family and they're rushing for, need a check down.
Check down.
The corporate banks. We're here to serve the customer. That's the Grupetti way. This playbook is my legacy. And this.
We welcome every new life with care, hope, and joy, because every beginning deserves celebration.
We monitor every heartbeat because life can change in an instant.
And because of St. Anne, I'm alive today.
Get ready to go wild at Northern California's largest water park. Splash into unlimited summer fun with a season pass. Ride all your favorite rides over and over again, including our all-new Lost River Adventure. Get your pass at wildwater.net.
It's the Epic RV Show. We've moved hundreds of travel trailers, wheels, haulers, trailer metros, destination trailers to our newest locations from new, used, and Great Eco RVs at incredibly low prices. Massive RV sales event, Epic RV Liquidators. Factory reps on hand with major discounts, low down payment, low monthly payments, and brand new trailers starting at only $8,950. That's the Epic RV Show at Epic RV Liquidators on Highway 41 and Avenue 14 in Madera.
Natural gas has a distinctive redneck smell to it. If you think you smell gas, you need to act fast by leaving the area and calling 911. Once you are safe, call PG&E at 1-800-743-5000.
All right, time is 8:37, and how about a live look over at Cambria on the Central Coast? Well, camera's buffering a bit there. So, anyway, that was Moonstone Beach, and it's a little foggy over there this morning. It's been a little overcast, but it's not been foggy, and we're likely expecting that to continue in the weekend over on the Central Coast. So today we're going to queue up San Simeon for you there. For those of you out there at the Hearst Castle, you need to check it out. Also, we got a new-ish pier over there at San Simeon there, and it's a lovely looking pier. You get a clear view of the ocean from there. It's beautiful out there in San Simeon, and this weekend it'll be a little cloudy on Friday. A little fog there Friday morning, also on Saturday, but Saturday will be nice and sunny. Sunday, mostly sunny there. Got some light winds all weekend. Mid-60s for you. 64 Friday, 65 Saturday, 66 on Sunday, and looks like upper 40s and low 50s overnight. Heading over to the coast this weekend, specifically San Simeon. Please travel safe and have a great time. In just a bit here, we'll take a look at your evening planner. We got some fun things on the community calendar for you. We'll also take a look at tonight's forecast. And now let's take a live look at the big board this morning with the Dow Jones Industrial Average surging now after starting positive at the start of the opening bell, now well over that 52,000 mark at 52,253, up 253 points specifically. Happening today, Kevin Warsh is set to hold his first meeting as the new Federal Reserve Chairman. His post-meeting news conference will offer Wall Street a look at his approach to monetary policy. Warsh has already signaled a regime change for the Fed, which could mean fewer press conferences and changes to economic projections. For now, the central bank is expected to keep the interest rate steady, but even so, a former Fed governor sees room for cuts.
Do you think any of your former colleagues will actually be voting for a cut?
No, I think that a lot of them are focused on what the data have been doing recently, right? Sort of, to me, that can be a little bit backward looking. That can sort of just be mechanical responses to what the data have printed in the last few months.
Now, beyond the rates, Warsh wants the Fed to talk to the public less. He argues that policymakers get boxed in by bank forecasts. The Fed reacts to those public statements, which then forces the Fed to respond. According to Warsh, that's not ideal. And just because there is a tentative deal to end the war in Iran, it doesn't mean we'll see the prices drop right away. According to economists and industry analysts, even after oil starts flowing again from the Middle East, it'll take a while for drivers to see that difference at the pump. Refineries typically pay for crude a month or more in advance. Airlines do the same, so flights won't get cheaper right away, but travelers could see a reprieve from airlines dropping fuel surcharges. Farmers are still strapped for fertilizer, though, meaning food prices will remain high. Overall, analysts say it will take a while for the energy shocks from the war to wind through the food supply chain.
A new report reveals SpaceX IPO has made the world's richest people much more wealthy. That's according to Bloomberg's Billionaires Index. At the close of trading on Wall Street Monday, the 500 richest people tacked on $336 billion to their fortunes, largely thanks to SpaceX. SpaceX going public. It brought their collective wealth to a record $13 trillion. And the world's wealthiest man and SpaceX founder Elon Musk saw his net worth spike 10%. It's now more than $1.25 trillion. SpaceX is now acquiring the AI coding tool Cursor in a $60 billion all-stock deal. Cursor is a competitor of Anthropic's Claude and OpenAI's Codex. According to the company's website, Cursor is used by 64% of Fortune 500 firms. In April, SpaceX said Cursor had given SpaceX the right to buy it. The deal is seen as a big step for SpaceX to try to catch up to industry leaders like OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google. Musk has been pushing SpaceX to be more AI-focused. And brokerage firm Robinhood is now planning to cut 10% of its staff as part of a restructuring. That's a little shy of 300 employees. This is the firm's first major layoff in 3 years. Robinhood says it's focusing on being lean and disciplined. The company's CEO told employees yesterday that its business has never been stronger. In April, Robinhood posted slightly higher profits for its first quarter. Revenue jumped 15% on prediction market trades and growth in subscriptions.
Our time is 8:42, and clean the calendar for you. We got a couple things happening out there for you. We got a good farmers market going on in Crewman tonight. They do this every week, every Wednesday. They're at Madera Avenue and G Street, and that's at 5 o'clock tonight. We have a podcasting workshop there for you in downtown Fresno there for all of you aspiring podcasters. CMAC is hosting this workshop tonight at 6 o'clock. And then we have Highway Hippie folk music band performing for you at Papa's Place in Old Town Clovis, and that'll start at 7 o'clock tonight. Whatever you're doing, forecast does call for some upper 90s at the end of the day. 98 at 5 and 6 o'clock there, 96 at 7. The 80s will come in by 9 o'clock there. We'll have 87 at 9 and 82 at 10 o'clock. Clear skies and light winds tonight. Whatever you're doing tonight, enjoy. Up next, we'll get a look at 10-day forecast, and yeah, we'll see about a little bit of a cool day, and then another 1 month. Details next.
Let's take a live look now at Lumen Field in Seattle. The World Cup is taking place, across North America, but for thousands of Australian soccer fans, the city of Seattle has become the place to be. From Pike Place Market to the waterfront, Australian fans are making the most of their time in Seattle. And they came to the city after watching Australia's first match in Vancouver. They say they've been impressed by the Emerald City scenery, sunny weather, and food.
It's been really awesome to see the city and enjoy the World Cup vibes at the same time.
Organizers expect about 10,000 Australian supporters for the tournament, with plans for a massive fan gathering before marching to the stadium together. The U.S. will play its second game this Friday against the country at noon. Christian Pulisic worked out separately from the team again yesterday as he's recovering from a calf injury that we've been monitoring and seeing. The head coach says that he is a go-go for that game against Australia. Law enforcement in New York City is ramping up security measures ahead of tomorrow's victory parade for the Knicks. But police say fans should expect that they plan to celebrate along the parade route. And as you know, we want you to be a part of a great day, so submit your birthday photos online for a chance to be featured right here on the show. Now, all photos must be submitted on our website via Chime In. So, head on over to kmph.com/chime-in on your computer, your cell phone, or tablet to get started. But please submit those birthdays at least 2 weeks in advance. Keep the name, birthday, and age. We will share and celebrate those birthdays each week on a Friday morning, so we can't wait to wish you all a happy birthday.
Everyone loves dogs. I love dogs, and I have my own dog. But the truth is that dogs should not injure humans, period. If you're ever injured as a result of a dog bite or scratch or been pulled to the ground and got injured, you have rights. You have a right to get compensated for your injuries and get the right medical care. Remember, call our office for a free consultation so we can make sure your rights are protected.
The San Joaquin Valley is a community rich in tradition and pride, and Culligan of Fresno and Lindsay has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like nitrates and arsenic. Culligan of Fresno and Lindsay, water you love since 1936.
At Precision Garage Door, there's nothing we can't fix. Broken spring, door stuck, no job too big or too small. And right now, we're offering a full garage door tune-up for only $29.95.
Precision Garage Door Service, name you can trust.
As men, we're expected to show up at work, at home, for our families, and yes, in the bedroom. But if your energy is down and you just don't feel like yourself anymore, low testosterone could be the reason. Testosterone is what fuels your strength, focus, and confidence. When it's optimized, everything changes. Don't just play the game, win it. Schedule your free testosterone assessment today at Game Day Men's Health. Get back to being the man you know you are with the help of Game Day Men's Health in Fresno and Visalia.
Darius was on his way home from basketball with his mom. When out of nowhere, they got T-boned.
A car hit us and then hit another car. My calf really immediately started hurting. It was just like really bad pain.
They needed medical attention and smartly went to the hospital.
My mom made the decision to call Curtis Legal Group. It was a great decision.
He knew the heavy hitters would win and get him the money he deserved. When it comes to winning, think Curtis Legal Group. Think heavy hitters.
I was an insurance company. I would have messed with the heavy hitters.
Call 1-800-434-8080.
Time is now 8:47, so we're giving you a live look at traffic in Fresno this morning because we are checking in on a stalled vehicle on northbound 99 near McKinley Avenue. You can see it there in the northbound lanes with traffic stalled behind it, not to mention drivers in the southbound lane stopping to see what's happening there. You see that middle lane, people are avoiding that section. So you have heavy traffic in both directions of the 99 near McKinley, so do expect delays if you are headed in that direction. Well, security is expected to be tight for tomorrow's victory break for the New York Knicks in New York City. The team is being celebrated for winning the title this last Saturday. The plan, though, is still being finalized, but it calls for every spectator to be screened at various checkpoints along the route before settling in to watch the parade along the Cane of Heroes in Lower Manhattan. Sanitation officials says about 24 of the sanitation trucks will be used to block off side streets along the Cane of Heroes. The security model for the next parade will follow that of other recent ones, like the Israel Day Parade, which featured massive police presence.
The 10-day forecast is sponsored by Chuck Chanzy Gold Resort and Casino.
All right, here we go. 10-day forecast, and well, 92 is the normal high. We're still above that today, but at least out of the triple digits. Barely though. 99 is our high today. Down to 97 tomorrow, and the normal low 90s of course Friday and Saturday. Friday is Juneteenth. Saturday, nice sunny and 90 degrees. First day of summer officially. 93 there on Sunday. 98 on Monday, and then we got triple digits there. Middle, well, and then all the way through next week there. Overnight lows, so it's going to be the 60s and 70s.
Sean Diddy Combs' release date is changing again. It's now moved up from April 2028 to February. Well, it was from February to April now. The rap music mogul's release date changed several times throughout his incarceration. The Federal Bureau of Prisons declined to comment on the reason. Combs is currently serving a more than 4-year sentence in New Jersey on convictions related to prostitution. His legal team is planning to appeal. Combs still faces dozens of civil lawsuits across the country, though, including one filed this month from a former child actor accusing him of sexual assault. And boxer Floyd Mayweather is now facing 2 felony fraud charges in Las Vegas, accused of writing a bad check. Prosecutors say Mayweather wrote a check for $200,000 to a designer resale store in December of 2024 without sufficient funds in the bank. He was charged with theft and intent to defraud. Mayweather had an initial court appearance scheduled for Monday, but his attorney represented him. In a statement, his attorney said he had no intent to defraud. A hearing is now set for September. Great day. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Korea Health. More than medicine, life.
Welcome to the table. Welcome to the table. Present your best gift. Welcome to the Welcome to the table. Table casino is a free.
Every day we think,
How much longer can we afford this?
well, Trump says,
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
at the gas pump, prices skyrocket.
Groceries too.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
Even utility bills.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
David Valadao? He's voted for Trump's economic policies.
100% of the time.
Call David Valadao. Tell him, stop voting with Trump. Start standing up for us.
We invited passionate soccer fans to push some vehicles to the limit, just like they do with their teams. Further proof that the Nissan lineup is tested and trusted by the toughest. Hurry in to bring home a winning offer at the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Now, well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select models down, or get up to $2,000 total customer cash on Sentra.
Friday, fun falls. The Stars and Stripes kick off the day's World Cup action as Pulisic leads the U.S. against Blue Rivals Australia. Friday at 12 on Fox 26. Live coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup continues. Today at 10 on Fox 26.
Well, as Great Day comes to a close, we want to bring you today's top stories. The state budget is now facing pushback from law enforcement leaders over what they say is a lack of funding for Prop 36. So the measure strengthens penalties for repeat theft and drug offenses and was overwhelmingly approved by voters. 2 years after the passage, critics say the legislation hasn't delivered the expected results. The State District Attorneys Association and Chief Probation Officer of California are calling for more money to expand treatment programs and prosecution efforts. Governor Newsom and the state legislature must reach an agreement and sign off on the state budget by July 1st.
And the Fresno Unified Board of Education will meet today to finalize a decision to reassign administrators from schools across the district. The district recently announced leadership changes impacting 5 principals and 26 vice principals. Educators, parents, and community members are calling on district leaders to reconsider and provide transparency on how the decisions were made. The board previously said all reassignment decisions are final and will not be revisited ahead of the next school year.
And new details on the agreement between the U.S. and Iran to end the war. CNN reports the 2 countries and their allies will declare an end to the fighting. The Singapore move will reopen to allow pre-war levels of ship traffic. Iran will also get full access to frozen or restricted funds and have access to a $300 billion development fund. Doesn't include details though on Iran's enriched uranium, with the deal set to be signed on Friday. And we also want to share a bit of good news for you this morning. Fox 26, 10 o'clock news anchor Molly Torres will be returning to work next month after undergoing successful treatment for cancer.
That's right, and that means our own Kim Stevens will be returning to Great Day tomorrow morning. She had stepped in to help out the nightly news while Monty focused on his health. Tune in for her return tomorrow morning.
Exciting news to have Kim back here on the set. And that's going to do it for another great day. Thank you so much for joining us. But don't touch the remote. Don't go anywhere just yet. Leave it alone. The FIFA World Cup is continuing next on Fox 26 with a double header for you. Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal will be taking on Congo DR at 10, followed by England versus Croatia at 1. The pregame coverage that's starting next. Exciting day for the World Cup soccer. Then from all of us here at Fox 26 News, we hope you make it a great day.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Epic RV. We'll hook you up.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment? Then you know there could be unpredictability.
Workarounds. And avoiding.
It was time to make a change.
I changed. I changed too.
A doctor recommended Rinvoq, a once daily pill.
I got rapid symptom relief at 2 weeks. Check. Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining. Check.
I got lasting remission, meaning few to no symptoms. Check. Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occur. Secret event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked or breaking or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check. And keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
Get ready to go wild at Northern California's largest water park. Splash into unlimited summer fun with the season pass. Ride all your favorite rides over and over again, including our all-new Lost River Adventure, a winding river perfect for every member of the family. Go wild on our slides, or go mild and relax in our cabana. With the season pass, there's endless ways to summer. Get your pass at wildwater.net.
Hello? Hey, what's up, man? Get a 15-minute oil change service and some free top-offs here at Jiffy Lube. Dude, I like Jiffy Lube. I'm in the lounge. Yes, I know. You came here with me.
Yeah, you jumped out as soon as they said you could stay in the car.
Get a complimentary beverage in the lounge. Sounds vaguely familiar.
I'm right behind you. I'm waving.
Dude, what are the chances?
I'm pretty good. We came together.
Get in and out oil change. Steam the water out of your car. Jiffy does it. Jiffy Lube.
Team USA versus Australia, Friday at noon on Fox 26.
My name's Taylor. I'm trying to serve my future self as much as possible. I exercise, I eat whole foods, and on top of that, I do balance of nature. It feels like I'm taking something that's actually real. It's just become such a part of my life, it's hard not to take it.
Advocates for healthier living, experts in phytonutrition. Fight the good fight with Balance of Nature. Learn more at balanceofnature.com.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda. Drive with the confidence that comes with Honda Sense, whether it's across the country or just around the corner. Honda's family of hybrids and EVs are ready for wherever the road takes you. All for the 2026 Kelley Blue Book Best Value Brand. Right now, you can get a $329 per month lease, 2026 CRV all-wheel drive sport hybrid.
It's the Epic RV Show. It includes hundreds of travel trailers, toy haulers, trailer, retro, lost destination trailers to our newest locations from new, used, and big eco RVs at incredibly low prices. This massive RV sales event at Epic RV Liquidators. Factory reps on hand with major discounts, low down payment, monthly payment, and brand new trailers starting at only $8,950. It's the Epic RV Show at Epic RV Liquidators on Highway 41 and Avenue 14 in Madera.
It's Beach Bucks Bonanza every Thursday in June at Tattoo. From 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., 4 winners every hour can score up to $1,500 for Tattoo cash. Then at 8 p.m., one guest can win up to $25,000 cash. Only at the Tattoo Palace Casino Resort.
From the crime scenes to the courtrooms, guilty, verdict. Join us as we break down the facts and the biggest stories in true crime. Monday to Thursday on Criminally Obsessed Radio. FIFA World Cup 2026 live on Fox is presented by Verizon.
Yesterday, the stars showed up. Kylian Mbappe with 2 goals and France's win over Senegal, unveiling that flute celebration suggested by our James Corden as he became his country's record goal scorer. Erling Haaland then matched him with 2 goals in Norway's opening victory over Iran. Haaland with 57 goals now in just 51 matches for Norway. What a World Cup debut. But Lionel Messi topped them both in Argentina's win over Algeria. Messi's first World Cup hat-trick moved to level with Miroslav Klose as the competition's all-time top scorer. So, Cristiano Ronaldo, it's over to you. Today, he'll join Messi as the only players to feature in 6 World Cups. Portugal open against DR Congo with Ronaldo in the starting lineup. And we are still buzzing after a remarkable day 6 that featured 3 star-studded performers. So what will day 7 bring as we welcome you to Fox Sports coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup? I'm Rebecca Lowe, alongside French World Cup winner Thierry Henry, 12-time Swedish Player of the Year, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and US Soccer Hall of Famer Alexi Lalas. Gentlemen, have we digested yesterday? Thierry, I'll start with you.
No, I didn't digest it, and I'm not supposed to digest it. What happened yesterday was legendary. But I want to make people relate to the situation. You know, when you go on holiday, normally something always goes wrong. Yesterday, the plane was on time. When you arrive in your hotel, the hotel room was ready. And then you got the upgrade because of the penthouse. So let me put it again. Kylian Mbappe was the plane, Erling Haaland was the room ready, and the big man was the penthouse. That's exactly what happened. So no, I didn't digest.
Zlatan, I feel like you love yourself a penthouse every now and then. How did you look back on yesterday when you woke up this morning?
Yes, yesterday was a day full of stars. They showed up, they delivered, but not only on the pitch, also in the studio. Yesterday was a beautiful day for football. Football was the winners yesterday, so I'm super happy. Hopefully, we can see it today also. Over to you, Alex.
Thank you, Frank. Yeah, I think we're still, even in the light of a new day, still kind of in awe. And we shouldn't be, because we should be used to this. But if you ever needed any more confirmation that when it comes to Argentina, Messi is the system, he is the tactic, he's the formation, he's the identity, and he is the heart, that's exactly what you saw on the field. And it was something to behold. But we turn a new day, new stars. I will say this when it comes to the goal scorers yesterday. I think everybody's going to have their own favorite goal and favorite player. I will go with Erling Haaland. This guy, first World Cup, prolific goal scorer, the big Viking up top. He announced his presence here at the 2026 FIFA World Cup with authority, and you put the ball in the box and let the big man go eat. That's exactly what he did. The dude just scores goals, and that is good news for us as viewers, and that is good news for Norway.
You going to go with Messi? You going to go with Haaland, or someone else maybe, Thierry?
I'm going to go with my guy, Kiki de Bondy. That's why he's from. I'm going to go with him because the narrative is always, can he make those quick run as a 9-minute space to run in behind? He scored one of the goals. Can he score the quick run? And obviously he does recognize the situation here when Michael Olise obviously first and foremost going outside, let his defender go back inside. But then the little movement here of Dembele will attract the defender. So he will see now that there is a little gap that Michael Olise also will see. Then he makes that quick run. We've seen that finish before, and we all know now you can play that symphony, big man. Let's go.
Zlatan, we talked yesterday about how those players on the Argentina team all want to do this for Messi again. They always do. You picked Messi's third goal. Did you see that actually out there on the field?
I said it yesterday. This team is ready to die, kill for Messi. And on the third goal, they were just waiting for him. They were looking for him. They wanted him to score the third goal because he is the spider in the net. Everything is about him. This team is built for him, and you can see here, comes out, they just wait to give it back to him. He makes it easy, makes it look so easy, and he got his first hat-trick in a World Cup. And we are
at the age of nearly 39.
That's impressive. But the age is a number. Impressive or not? Because everything he does, it becomes normal.
We're running out of words, aren't we?
I think we should not, when we talk about Haaland, we talk about Mbappe, you cannot compare Messi with Mbappe. He is his own religion, then we can compare Haaland, Mbappe, and the rest of them, because everything Messi does is for, he's on another planet, that's it.
It certainly is. Gentlemen, thank you. Well, Kylian Mbappe's celebration after his first goal yesterday brought a smile to anyone who watched his recent appearance on After Hours with James Corden. Here's one.
That could be a new celebration.
For a Gerald Before the first goal, bang, top corner, you run here, straight to here. Yeah, I'll do it. Right? So get it. Okay, right, so, right. Dembele, where's it? Mbappe. That's it.
Well, all day access sponsored by Verizon. 4 different fixtures today, then beginning with Portugal, taking on DR Congo. Then maybe the game of the entire group stage, England against Croatia in a rematch of the 2018 semi-finals. Jude Bellingham ready to battle Luka Modric in the middle of the park. Ghana, Panama and Uzbekistan, Colombia coming up later on FS1. Only 8 nations have won the World Cup, but there he is, Cristiano Ronaldo, determined to help Portugal join that list. They hope today's clash with DR Congo is the first step towards a deep run.
Think about this World Cup. Think about what this game means. Think about father, son, mother, daughter, family, Lord. The best stories are undefeated. You start to notice a few things. For one, the next stay close. Because of that, one generation to the next. Before long, nobody remembers exactly what happened, only how they felt when it did happen. Understand? Saw him do that. History can be a stubborn thing. A disaster like this. Sooner or later, you're asked to do something with it. It's the World Cup.
So Walton Goggin season 2 of the award-winning Fallout is now streaming on Prime Video. Portugal did Congo beating rain in Houston, and we're going to bring you the team news.
This brand new phone company, Menace Mobile. Our pricing structure will be so confusing, it can only be described as evil.
That isn't evil. It's just typical phone company stuff. Besides, people just switch to Verizon with their new simplicity plan. There's just one plan and one price. Right now, and it's only $30 for a single line. So you're all choosing Verizon. Traders! Introducing the simplicity plan. $30 for a single line.
Can you hear me now? Nobody can resist the new Kinder Bueno Gold. So crispy, it's so creamy, now frozen. New Kinder Bueno Gold, irresistibly bueno.
Your chance to win $1 million.
Adams to Central, ready for anything. Finds Advil, that's strong support. And Tom's looking to counter-attack. It's Colorado! Every goal starts with an assist.
This isn't the best seat in the house. This is. But sometimes the best seat isn't even a seat at all. It can be anywhere, at any time, and not with just any moment. It's the only seat where you can watch your neighbor Manuel cry for the very first time. And where your passion is amplified by the sound of your people. It's a seat that Endear would love to have. Not only with cerveza for football, okay? But no, there's cerveza for football.
Adios overtime. Hello extra time.
or crisp refreshment that keeps life bubbling. Hello, Topo Chico Mart.
When you get your power bill, does it feel like you're about to get power? But when you're getting the full power of the sun with solar negotiator, instead of getting a huge power bill, you get a solar. And $200,000 lifetime energy savings every month. You feel like you're storing up against the power. Winning the energy war is just a phone call away. So, go Solar Light and receive up to $5,000 cash back if you're first.
Don't miss the Epic RV Show, now in progress on Highway 41 and Avenue 14 in Madera. Hundreds of RVs, all in one massive location, towed, used, and make repos. Only at the Epic RV Show on Highway 41 and Avenue 14 in Madera. Don't miss it.
The Great American RV Roadshow is setting up camp for another amazing sale at Save Mart Center in Fresno. Finding the RV of your dreams doesn't have to feel out of reach. As one of the world's largest traveling RV sales, we make buying an RV easy and affordable. Receive up to $1,000 in fuel and no payments for 90 days with the purchase of a new RV. Keeping cash in your pocket for more family fun. The Great American RV Roadshow, Thursday through Sunday at Save Mart Center in Fresno.
The best of your fight for a trophy. Portugal at the front. Portugal, playing the only for nations like on the biggest stage. On the side of the trophy, but it takes to win this. It's magic time.
Portugal about to begin their World Cup campaign and they have plenty of support back home. Fans there gathering in Lisbon. Looks like a beautiful day to root on Roberto Martinez's side in their Group A opener. With Portugal taking part in their 9th World Cup, they reached the semi-finals in 1966 and 2006, and they are many people's picks to win this whole thing as they open against DR Congo today. So team news time. The Fox starting lineup, sponsored by American Express, will begin with Portugal. Diego Costa gets the nod in goal, with Renato Vega anchoring the back line. The midfield, absolutely sensational. Thierry Henry says it's the best at this World Cup. Both Coutinho and Jean Neves just won a second Champions League title with PSG. Bruno Fernandes was the Premier League Player of the Season, and then Cristiano Ronaldo, the oldest outfield player at this World Cup, 41, who starts, of course, up front. DR Congo took the long road to this World Cup. They finished second in their qualifying group, which meant they had to get past Cameroon and Nigeria just to reach the Intercontinental playoffs. Then an extra-time victory over Jamaica secured their spot. For them today, Lionel Mpassi is the one who starts in goal, with captain and main man Chancel Mbemba, the key figure there in their defensive line. Newcastle United's Johan Wissa will be hoping to provide service to 35-year-old Cedric Bakambu. For more, let's check in with our match commentators, Darren Fletcher and Owen Hargreaves.
Rebecca, thank you. As you can imagine, the atmosphere is building in here. Owen, this is very straightforward. You know Cristiano Ronaldo, you've played with Cristiano Ronaldo. What makes him tick, and how's he going to be feeling coming into this match based on what Messi did yesterday?
You know, he's one of the most talented players ever. But I think his greatest asset is his mindset. And I think that's what's prepared him to the success that he's had. He would have seen what Messi did yesterday, and Mbappe and Haaland. He didn't want to one-up them. That's him. You know, he wants to win the World Cup. He wants to be essentially the greatest of all time. And obviously, Messi put on the show yesterday. I'm sure Cristiano will want to put on his own show today.
He's going to have been sat there last night thinking about it, this morning thinking about it. It's his opportunity to respond.
But you know what? You know they have the game face on. He'll be ready, locked in the dressing room. Now, right when he woke up, he would have been ready to go. He wanted to put it performance. He's got Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, and João Neves in for great. All he's got to do is stay in the box and wait for the moment, and it will come.
Owen shared the dressing room with him many, many times. He knows exactly what we're going to get today from Cristiano Ronaldo, Rebecca.
Thank you, guys. Portugal captured their first major trophy a decade ago at Euro 2016, and they have since added 2 Nations League titles, which they hope, of course, is a prelude to a bigger prize. For our Fox Keys to the Match, sponsored by Jeep. Thierry, I want to start with you, because Roberto Martinez, the head coach, the manager of Portugal, you worked with him. You were the assistant manager to him at Belgium for the 2018 and 2022 World Cup. So how do you feel, knowing what you know about the player and the manager, how should Roberto Martinez manage Cristiano Ronaldo the next 5 weeks?
like he did since the beginning there. It's been his guy explaining there was never going to be a doubt he wasn't going to start. He was always going to start. I don't know why people thought maybe not. He was always going to start. Roberto Martinez is a romantic. He will always respect that people have done something for the game. And we're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, so we're talking about him. So you know how he's going to approach that situation. My only issue is at one point going deep into the tournament, is Cristiano Ronaldo going to accept that maybe the boss is going to have to maybe set him off or not maybe starting because of some situation that he needs to race or whatever. How he's going to take that one when maybe Gonzalo Ramos is going to have to come on or what? It's going to be a tricky one, but if a guy can do it, he will do it. And first and foremost, Roberto Martinez also will give that team an advantage tactically to be able to open up teams and defend well.
But Martinez had killed Rodrigo. Today doesn't have it.
Oh, yeah, but you know, he has.
Don't show yes. What was the secret?
No.
Show me first.
After in my lane, he was definitely the coach, and I wasn't. And I will always thank him for giving me the opportunity to be able to be there, and Belgium too. But I backed it.
Yeah, okay, and that's really interesting, Zlatan. Maybe we're in the second half and he has to come off and he might not like that because his mindset, take us into his mindset. Will he even believe that there's even a percentage that he's out compared to in previous years of his career, or will he still believe, 41 years of age, that he is the number one?
It's very simple. His mindset is he's the number one in the world. That's the way he approached the game. The question here is what we will notice very early if the body follows the brain.
Right.
Because I remember myself when I played in that age. In my mind, I was number one, just like today. But the body didn't follow. That's a natural thing because you want so much, but you have to accept that the body doesn't follow. He has to see himself what that combination will be.
Will you notice that quite quickly, Zlatan?
You see it very quickly, yes.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
But for sure, in the mind, he's number one. He has to now think what's better for the team and what's better for him.
Look, we know Roberto Martinez. We've worked with Roberto Martinez. Wonderful man, wonderful coach. I have absolutely no sympathy for Roberto Martinez when it comes to this dilemma, if you will, with Cristiano Ronaldo. It is a situation that he created. He had multiple opportunities to say, we're done. Would it have been difficult? Yes. When he took the job, they said, we're moving on. Even going to the World Cup, they said, you're not on the roster. But he didn't do that. And given the talent that I think everybody here and all around the world recognizes that this Portugal team has, if he were to screw it up because of some sort of problem or dysfunction because he brought Cristiano Ronaldo, then that is on him. And if he is being forced to have Cristiano Ronaldo there, then that should come out. But you know what? If you can't handle it, then don't take the job.
Okay.
Is the pressure on Ronaldo or Martinez?
On Portugal. Not on Martinez.
No, it's Portugal.
Okay.
That's it.
More on that to come, plenty more, of course, on Cristiano Ronaldo to come. This World Cup has been the World Cup of stars, and there they are. He's clapping his hands, he's geeing them up. They all follow him.
The World Cup 2026 Network on Fox is presented by Verizon.
Keep this on, please.
You should use the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo.
Good call. I'd love to pay.
Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. That's scoring that 2%. The Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo. And supply.
I think they gave me a yellow card.
Alex Malone and the stars of the IndyCar series take over Road America. Sunday and Tuesday on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on earth. The impossible dream to find the unreachable goal, to reach the unreachable goal.
it comes to winning experience, no one else can say they are the Curtis Legal Group.
For over 70 years, we've been known in the Central Valley for winning.
We are the Curtis Legal Group. We are your car wreck heavy hitters.
Call 1-800-3080. One positive client interaction at a time creates something that somebody drives away and says, you know, those people really care. Whether it's happy, it's cared about the car, most importantly, I think they cared about me. You're sitting in a lounge that frankly is set up like a cafe. Those were the changes we saw and we wanted, and then we tried to implement that to get us to this point.
Thanks so much for doing this. It's been fun.
Yeah, thank y'all. My name's David, and I have been taking Balance of Nature for 4 years. People ask me, why do I take Balance of Nature? And I tell them, because it's easy to do, because it fits into my busy life. I'm truly grateful.
Advocates for healthier living, experts in phytonutrition. Fight the good fight with Balance of Nature. Learn more at balanceofnature.com. From the towering redwoods to the heart of the Central Valley, in every town, to every stretch of coast, the game meal the world loves is here. Toyota, proud to drive Northern California's passion for the game. Toyota, let's go places.
Do you struggle with dentures? Are you afraid that you're losing your teeth? Did you know that you can eliminate dentures and get a brand new, beautiful smile in a single visit? Better Life Dentistry is proud to announce our new smile program, Thrive in 2025. We provide beautiful implant-supported smiles while you sleep under comfortable sedation. Our in-house laboratory can completely transform your smile and give you the confidence you deserve. Call us today or scan this code to learn more about this exciting new program that will change your life and save you.
A new podcast where timing is everything.
Don't call it a comeback.
Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, reunited, not on the court, but behind the mic. Cousins, new episodes every Wednesday.
Inside the group chat on Fox, sponsored by WhatsApp.
Hey boys, big summer ahead. Can't wait to talk some soccer.
There's an inside look at Stu, Mo, and Kobe's group chat this summer. They seem to be enjoying this World Cup just as much as we are. Houston Stadium will host 7 matches this summer's World Cup. Today, it's the site for a Group K clash between Portugal and DR Congo as we begin Day 7 of the tournament. By the way, Fox Sports setting digital records this summer. We are at over 1 billion views. How many of those for the view?
Not enough.
Okay. Fox Sports has this World Cup covered from every angle, don't forget, from Chefnik to Alexi Lamas' podcast to After Hours with James Corden. Javier Hernandez, by the way, is the guest on the show tonight. But right now, it is that moment that everybody has been waiting for. It is Alexi's latest power rankings. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, reminder, look at there, some high voltage over here. Reminder, these are my power rankings. You don't like them, get your own power rankings, and they change, all right? And again, case in point, Brazil was number 6. Gonski, out of the top 10. I am not having that performance against Morocco. Argentina, we saw what they did last night with Messi. We're just talking about it. Boom, right up to number 1. USA hanging in there in that top 10 after that historic win. What a lot of people say is the best performance of the U.S. team at a World Cup in the group stage. So they're coming in at 9. All right, reminder, Netherlands, Croatia, Norway, Mexico, and as I mentioned, Brazil, not even in my top 10. But things can change, my friends.
Where's my Sweden?
Sweden? I thought
5 goals. Yeah.
Sweden? 5 goals. You guys should have put in with 10 men the other day. It was easy for you.
I mean, after that performance, I would put them before the 3 nations.
Give me a couple games like that, and then maybe we'll talk about it. Okay?
England also haven't played and they're already 4th, which is very anti-Alexi Lamas. I mean, we'll take it. We'll take it. DR Congo hoping to knock off Portugal today. They're 5th in the rankings. They lost all 3 group matches in their only previous World Cup appearance, which was 1974. But Champa Mbemba believes they're ready for this summer.
Ça fait plaisir parce que ça fait 5 ans, 2 ans, donc je retourne encore en Guinée
mon plus vieux parent, ça s'appelle en 1974. On est là comme les Congolais, on est fiers d'être Congolais. On est là, on va se battre. On va se battre pour qualifier, pour montrer l'image d'Afrique.
Thierry, what kind of battle, what fight will they put up the Congo today?
It's a difficult thing to be. First and foremost, they beat two giants of Africa to be able to arrive here, and Jamaica after that. And I'm talking about obviously Cameroon and Nigeria. But they are very, very, very organized. They go quick on the counter and they do them set pieces. It's going to be very difficult for Portugal.
Okay, well, Portugal looking to tame the Leopards today. They beat Ghana, Portugal did 3-2 in their opening match at the last World Cup. Cristiano Ronaldo amongst the scorers from the penalty spot that day, but Ronaldo was shut out for the remainder of the tournament. And coming up next, Tom Ronaldo examines whether the 41-year-old can still achieve a storybook ending to this incredible career.
So, Doug, who you taking? Norway. Yeah, I'm all in. Strong finishers, solid depth. Like them a lot. What's on, man? Thinking it might be their year. They're a dark horse. No, they're good. Good defense. Great coach.
Good luck with your bet.
Do some talk.
New customers get $350 in bonus bets guaranteed when you bet $5 for 7 days.
Collect one of 9 legendary cups with the FIFA World Cup meal.
I really don't know too much. No one can match our energy.
For local coverage, weather, investigations, and breaking news, stay connected and informed daily. Go to KMPH.com today.
Every day we think.
How much longer can we afford this?
Well, Trump says.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
At the gas pump, prices skyrocket.
Groceries, too.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
Even utility bills.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
David Valadao, he voted for Trump's economic policies
100% of the time.
Call David Valadao. Tell him, stop voting with Trump. Start standing up for us.
When you get your power bill, does it feel like you're about to get fouled? But when you're getting the full power of the sun with solar negotiated, instead of getting a huge power bill, you get and $200,000 lifetime energy savings every month. Feel like you're scoring your against the power. Winning the energy pool is just a phone call away. So, go solar right and receive up to $5,000 cash back if you're first.
You're there for each other, and Calviva Health is there for you. With a low or no-cost healthcare plan for everything from doctor visits to mental health. Calviva Health, the Central Valley's choice for Medi-Cal.
Did you know you can choose your Medi-Cal health plan? With a low or no-cost healthcare plan for everything from doctor visits to mental health. Choose Calviva Health, the Central Valley's choice for Medi-Cal.
At EECU, we've always believed in showing up, not just for our members, but for everyone. Through good times and hard times, we're here, working in the community and for the community. Whether it's volunteering at the community food bank, helping local schools with classroom supplies, or helping members get back on track, EECU isn't just a credit union. We're your neighbor, your partner, and we're always here to lend a hand. EECU, smarter banking since 1934.
Cup 2026 live on Fox is presented by Verizon. The US is back in action Friday against Australia, and we will be at Pier 62 in Seattle the day before the match to capture all the build-up. Cristiano Ronaldo is playing in his 6th World Cup. He's found the back of the net in each of the previous 5. So for more on Ronaldo's quest for immortality, here's Tom Ronaldo.
Rebecca, this stadium here in Houston ignited when the great CR7 entered the pitch. Across all social media platforms, Cristiano Ronaldo is the most followed person on the face of the earth. He was the first person to reach more than 1 billion followers. As you mentioned, the first to score in 5 World Cups, joined by Lionel Messi last night. But in so many ways, he stands in a galaxy all his own. A star for all to see, but one who's viewed differently through every lens.
Time or with this Shira or brain, genius or machine.
Portugal's greatest ever player, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes. Cristiano Ronaldo has lived in the brightest light in 2 decades. Watched, admired, judged. This World Cup gives him that rarest chance, a last word, and a final answer.
Não precisa disso, mas acho que tem que ter uma motivação extra dos atores, e dessa de uma maneira natural. Um dos projetores já está em busca por isso.
Ronaldo scored his first goal for Portugal's national team in 2004, the year Facebook launched, the year France ended. He's done plenty since. The winner of the Ballon d'Or, the Player of the Year awards, Champions League titles, the European Championship. But hasn't won here, on the greatest stage with the most meaning. The World Cup.
Disappointment for Cristiano Ronaldo, unable to rescue Portugal.
The man Ronaldo will forever be compared to, of course.
Dos jogadores que nos últimos 20 anos de futebol tem estado a mais alto nível, em pé de igualdade com o Messi, foram os 2 jogadores que marcaram a nossa geração. Ter partilhado a olhada com ele. Espero que possamos também por ele e com ele ganhamos tudo.
And one of the most famous people on earth actually faded a bit from our view. Now playing in the Saudi Pro League, fewer will see Ronaldo's brilliance in competition. 41. This is 6th World Cup. Gives him the stage to remind us that greatness isn't simple. Yours history, your memory, your legacy. Victory is, and it's the only result that's eluded him. So, you watch and admire and judge. For this, Ronaldo's final reckoning and his last word.
To be in my shoes is not easy. I'm unbelievable inside the pitch. This is why people have so much interest in it.
So much has been made of Cristiano Ronaldo's age now at 41 years old. Since turning 35, he scored 44 goals while playing for Portugal. 15 in the last 2 years alone. Posted a message to those more than billion followers on his social media platforms that ended with this one sentence: believe it like we do. I can tell you, there are a lot of people who are believing right now in Houston, Rebecca.
Brilliant stuff, Tom. Thank you so much. And Tom, they're talking about his age. I can tell you he starts today, and that will make him the oldest outfield player to start a match in World Cup history. Alexi, what will his legacy be?
Well, one of the great players ever to play the game. But, you know, you heard in Tom's piece there, the inevitable compare and contrast with Messi. By the way, for the record, I don't know if the kids say Stan anymore, but I stand when it comes to Ronaldo. I like my superstars big, bold, yes, arrogant, and at times flawed. And I think he epitomizes ego fueling somebody. And it can go different ways, but over the years, he has harnessed it. Not always perfectly, but again, it's like your favorite band. All right? You can't necessarily explain why, but it's the one that you are drawn to, and I have always been drawn to that.
Zlatan, does he have to win the World Cup for the world to put him in amongst the absolute two or three?
I think the level of the player will not change. Because he will not get better than he is than an opposite. So he's just another trophy to his trophy room. But obviously you have Messi that won it, and he wants to win it. So he will do everything to win it. Messi doesn't need to win it. And he has been proven for so many years who he is in different countries. He won a lot of things, and the numbers is above normality. So it's just crazy. So let's see how long he can last.
Thierry, how do you reflect both on his career as a whole, but also his career at World Cups?
There was a lot of things that we need to talk about when we talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. First and foremost, when we talk about his legacy, not a lot of people can talk about his legacy, right? Because not a lot of people can sit at his table. And I said it yesterday, we should celebrate greats, not separate them. That's one thing that I will put out there. But if you look about what he needs to do now, that has nothing to do with his legacy. If you have said, if you like Cristiano Ronaldo, if someone likes Lionel Messi, that doesn't mean you hate Cristiano Ronaldo or vice versa. It is a choice, a preference. But if you now go to yesterday, we were talking about Lionel Messi being a solution, while a lot of people think that Ronaldo might be a problem for Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo can never be a problem for a team. It is a solution. Now, you have a staff, you have a team out there that needs to make him an even better solution. And we all know at the moment, he still didn't win the World Cup, he still didn't score a goal, past the group stage, and I know he's fully aware of that. And when it comes to legacy, not a lot of people can hit at his table.
Zlatan, if you were him last night watching Mbappe, Haaland and Messi do what they did, how would he have slept? What would he have been thinking about?
For sure, he's burning inside him, and he wants to go out there and score his goals. That's normal. That's for every striker. Because when you see the other strikers score, of course you want to score more than them. That's what Messi had in his mind also. I'm going to score more than them, but with a freedom. Because you won it already.
There's something I will talk about the guy also. I'm not talking about Messi. He said that is because what he does on the field is unbelievable. But what he does off the field is also unbelievable. People look at his body, look at how he thinks, look at how he behaves. Family guy, look at what he does represent. You also need to put that out there. Because it's not so much also what you do on the field. For you to still be able to play at this age and still deliver, chapeau bas, like you said.
But there's a discipline. With discipline. If you don't have it, you don't last so long, reach to those levels.
This is exactly what you said about Lionel Messi yesterday. It matters off the field as well as on. Well, Ronaldo will be counting on service today from Bruno Fernandes, who's about to earn his 90th cap. The Manchester United playmaker had 2 goals and 3 assists at the last World Cup. Well, Portugal has scored 6 goals across their last 2 World Cup opening games. They're seeking 3 points in Houston today. We're going to identify a player to watch next. You can hear Zlatan singing the Pink Panther theme tune, but we're going to today.
Yeah, Pink Panther and Inspector Clouseau here today.
I will embrace it, baby.
Disease, but my friends just call me Goonby for short. Oh, so James rolls off the face under. James, I know the perfect monster for your face. Let's go.
Fiji.
Ricky Fiji. Get tickets now.
This message for anyone chasing a dream.
People that I know around me, they've got a lot of love for me. They give me so much support. That's what you live for, knowing that you're there for each other, do whatever you need to do. I'm here because of my belief. Not just that I could do it, but that I didn't have to do it alone. It took my village. It took everyone.
This Father's Day, spend more time with Dad by spending less with low prices guaranteed. Give him more of what he loves: grills, smart home tech, and tools to build memories together. Give more and do more this Father's Day at the Home Depot.
Welcome to the show nobody wants to win, the nation but. Spell guaranteed G-A-L-B-U.
One celebrity singing. Nation's Dumbest premieres Wednesday, July 15th on Fox.
FIFA World Cup 2026 Free Kick is presented by Adidas.
Portugal's players will honour their former teammate today, Diogo Jota, who died nearly a year ago in a car accident. They're going to wear commemorative bracelets today for him. So for more on that, let's hear from Natalie Jedra.
Thank you, Rebecca. Portugal starts their World Cup camp in the memory of their teammate, Diogo Jota. All players have been wearing a custom-wearing green bracelet with all their names, including Diogo's, who tragically passed away last year in a car accident. These bracelets were actually a gift from the country's prime minister, Luis Montenegro, and were designed to meet FIFA regulations so they could wear them during matches. And players have said they want to win the World Cup for Diogo Jota. Hope Roberto Martinez have mentioned him and said that he is the best present for this group. Jota's last game was for Portugal, the 2025 Nations League final, and all players want to show that he's still a big part of this journey. Back to you, Rebecca.
Thanks, Natalie. What a beautiful gesture for Diogo Jota. Time now for our players to watch. That's in your contract. You always go first. Who do you go with?
Player to watch, Vitinha in Portugal. I believe he's the brain in this team, controlling the midfield. He said they're the best midfield in the world. I also believe that, and Vitinha is a key player in this team if they wanted to work around, so watch him.
Okay, that midfield looking spicy. Let's go to Thierry. You're going with?
Another player that thinks the game and not play the game. Breno Fernandes, that's how I call him. I don't call him Bruno, I call him Breno. The way he thinks about the game is second to not a lot of players out there. He always stays in between the lines, tries to make it team play. He presses. He has a bit of an attitude, which I like about him, and he can be the difference maker today.
21 assists last season for Manchester United, broke the record in the Premier League. Let's see, who are you going with? Well, your record.
I think 24 goals would be really good. We were talking earlier that you can't sleep on Dion Congo, and part of the reason is Johan Risa, the 29-year-old Newcastle player now, but he came over from Brentford for about $74 million. He's called Kovo, which is the bald one. He will sit behind Bakambu and plenty of pace, 8 goals in his 38 appearances.
Okay, 3 players for you to watch. Let's see, I want to ask you a question about the rest of those Portugal players. With Cristiano Ronaldo taking all of that spotlight, at what point could that become an issue for the other players?
Well, at the point where it becomes loyalty into resentment. And that's a very difficult moment to cross. And it can breed incredible dysfunction and be problematic and be the downfall of the team. We saw, the reverence that players have for Messi. And we think they have the same reverence, except players are animals, all right? They want to win. And if you stand in the way of the winning, and in this case, winning a possible World Cup, they will cut you. You have to do your job as a team. I will bring you back to the 2016 final of the Euro in France. Ronaldo left the field early
the team still performed, and he was on the bench guiding the team like they said just before, and they won the Euro. So things can be done. It's a team effort.
Okay, we start today. Cristiano Ronaldo is just switching on this afternoon. Portugal put 9 past Armenia in their last qualifier for this World Cup, and that was minus the suspended Ronaldo. We had plenty of goals yesterday, so no pressure on Portugal. DR Congo hoping to embark on a Cinderella run this summer. Portugal determined to finally get their hands on this trophy. We're going to have the walkouts and the national anthems on the other side of this.
With my new sales company, Menace Mobile, our pricing structure will be so confusing it can only be described as evil.
That isn't evil. It's just typical phone company stuff. Besides, people just switch to Verizon with their new Simplicity plan. There's just one plan and one price. One app, and it's only $30 for a single line. So you're all choosing Verizon. $3! Introducing the Simplicity plan. $30 for a single line.
Can you hear me now?
Keep this on, please. You should use the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo.
Good call.
I'd love to pay.
Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. That's scoring up 2%. The Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo. And supply.
I think they gave me a yellow card.
Users of Nutella. New Nutella peanut, where creamy Nutella meets roasted peanuts to form your partner in snack time. Nutella peanut, your partner in snack time.
James? Okay. Pluto buta na di sini?
Zombies, Minions, and Monsters, Minions, and Monsters. Only in theaters July 1st.
Okay, we're in game 3-on-3. Win or go home. This local close, they've never gone home. Since 1996.
For real?
Yeah, anyone, anytime. And guess who showed up? 3 legends, peak of their powers. Everyone thinks we gotta be it. But the football god is other plans. 2 goals, just like that. And then the king thinks he's down in the league. It's over down and speak for him. That's cold.
The obsession, the discipline, the desire to see just how far this can go. For more than 20 years, those traits haven't just defined one story. They defined two. They took root in an entire generation, the children who grew up watching him. The players who stand beside him, but for all Portugal is accomplished. One side remains. For too long, Portugal has asked Cristiano Ronaldo to carry the dream. And now the generation he inspired was carrying with him.
Once more to Walton Golden Season 2 of the award-winning Fallout is now streaming on Prime Video.
approaching kickoff in Houston, Portugal. DR Congo about to meet in the opening match of day 7. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, before the break, we were talking about the effect on the other players of having a player like Cristiano Ronaldo in your team. How will they feel about it, Zlatan?
I think it can be an advantage because all the pressure goes on Cristiano. They have less pressure, the team. Then Cristiano has to be the leader and make them feel also comfortable because if he has all the attention, he just have to handle that, which he has been doing for many years. So less pressure for the team, more pressure for him.
Lex, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, he sucks up a lot of oxygen, as we know, and that can open up space, literal space on the field when it comes to others. And again, I think that there is a internal respect for him. But as we talked about in the pregame, is when that respect turns to where you're getting in the way of me accomplishing my goal. I don't think that has happened yet, but we still haven't grown either.
DR Congo, with the mind games, they're not even in the tunnel yet. Perhaps they're going through their final preparations. I think they're on their way into the tunnel right now. There they are. Their manager, Sebastian Desabre, Thierry, what will his message be about dealing with Cristiano Ronaldo?
Portugal. Not Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal. If people are, as much as we talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, but do not sleep on Bernardo Silva, do not sleep on Bruno Fernandes, Coutinho, Nuno Mendes, João Neves. Like we're talking about guys that can also hurt you. That's the thing with Portugal. It's not only the big men that we're saying here. They can hurt you from so many angles. So do what you do well, defend well, make sure you can hit them on the break, and then find a little left also.
This is world-class players.
We've seen Thierry was saying riddles with talent. Just look at that starting lineup, Zlatan, and it is difficult to see how DR Congo can get something today.
Yep. If you look at the paper, yes. And if you look even the bench of Portugal, it's world-class players on the bench. So this is a team that should be one of the favorites to win the World Cup. But you have to show it on the field, and today is the first day to show it. So far, the Armas have been showing it. Now it's up to Portugal.
Well, that's an interesting point. Is it better to play after you've been inspired and feeling some kind of way about the other big teams, let's see, or is it better to try and play first? How will they go for the
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of deep into the first round of group play here, and so they would have seen all the stuff that has happened, including, by the way, Cape Verde. So that might be something that's inspirational when it comes to a team. I think they would have gotten the lay of the land from the outside, and now literally the lay of the land inside in this. By the way, this is a great match. This is going to be rockets.
Time now for the next one. The Stars came out in force yesterday, but Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal have plenty of people's tips to win this World Cup. Kick off with Darren Fletcher and Owen Hargreaves when we come back on this first match on this Wednesday morning.
T-Mobile has the best network. That's why there's no better place to get iPhone 17 Pro on them. Hold on. Is this big enough? We should have used it. I and you don't feel it. Get the most powerful iPhone ever. I should dance.
This is big. At T-Mobile, get the incredible iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best network.
I'm in your place.
There's watching the world's best. And then there's experiencing the world at its best with Platinum. Kick off your journey in the quiet comfort of the largest global airport lounge network. Lose yourself at incredible destinations with the largest curated global hotel program. And leave with a memory that lasts long after you return. For a life like no other, you need a car like no other. There's nothing like Platinum.
FIFA World Cup 2026 on Fox is presented by Waze.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Houston on the day the great Cristiano Ronaldo makes his first appearance in the 2026 World Cup Finals. Can he inspire Portugal to success at the age of 41 as he chases 1,000 career goals? His football immortality already confirmed. Can he follow the standards set yesterday by the great Lionel Messi? Our officials are ready and Houston is ready for Portugal versus DR Congo. So this is one of the most talented squads and teams at this World Cup. Nuno Mendes, Vitinha and João Neves have won the last two Champions Leagues with Paris Saint-Germain. Bernardo Silva swapped Manchester City for Real Madrid. Bruno Fernandes was the player of the year in the Premier League and set a new record for assists in a single season. And CR7 needs no introduction whatsoever as he starts his sixth World Cup. No one has scored more international goals than Portugal's great number 7. Being here is a great achievement for the players from DR Congo. What they achieved from this point is a bonus. Aaron Wan-Bissaka brings genuine defensive pedigree. Chancellor Mbemba plays his 109th game for his country today. The midfield has a huge role to play against the superstars of Portugal. In attack, 35-year-old Cedric Bakambu is playing his 5th major tournament. And Johan Wissa, who struggled with injury and form at Newcastle last season, has the ability to score goals. Well, there's always a special buzz when the great ones take to the field in the World Cup finals. And there are many in the same sentence as
was Cristiano Ronaldo. Bigger picture, Portugal are here to win it. They might just have the best squad in the whole tournament. Can they translate that to their first World Cup win? Or is there a shock on the cards for DR Congo here in Houston today? It was Pelé in 1970, Kempes in 78, Maradona in 86, Zidane in 98, Messi 4 years ago. It's 2026, the World Cup year of CR7. Owen Hargreaves, fifth place is packed. These fans are looking forward to seeing Portugal and in particular Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi set the standard yesterday. How does your former teammate respond today?
I'll tell you what, all the boys said it. I started initially with Mbappe, then Haaland, and then Messi put on a show. And I'm sure Cristiano woke up today thinking, I want to do just the same. And he's got a brilliant team in behind him.
There's the first touch for Thomas Araujo. Williamson took today Ruben Diaz, who would have started. We didn't expect the central defensive pairing to be Inacio and Ruben Diaz, but it's Araujo and Renato Vega from the start, but the rest of this Portugal team pretty much picks itself.
Yeah, and you can say that, you know, I think Thierry was speaking of before, the best midfield in the competition. Neves and Vitinha, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is still their best player. Cristiano gets the goal, but I think Bruno Fernandes is the guy that's going to take the pass to the decisive moment. But thinking about the fullback pledge, Cancelo, Mendes either side, exceptional quality throughout the pitch.
Udo Mendes out there on the left-hand side. This is the team with two teammates in Paris, the European champions. And that's Thomas Araujo up here to João Cancelo. So Cristiano Ronaldo last days in World Cup against Houston. The scene of Tom Brady's finest hour when he came back to win the Super Bowl at this stadium against Atlanta back in 2017. He was almost 40 that day. Ronaldo starts his last World Cup at the age of 41, and we wonder whether a fairy tale is about to be written. He's now officially the oldest outfield player to start a match in a World Cup Finals tournament.
I think you'll see him hold that position, stay central, not make too many runs, but be there for decisive moments. He's still their best finisher, regardless of what anyone says. He's by far their best finisher.